but we're doing it at the end of this session. Anyway,
Oh my god, I can't believe we should be level 4, 5.
Sounds like the name of a game
What's
show.
really funny is this happened in my other campaign too.
I know. I remembered after you guys all left last time, so I was like, it's fine. So if I forget again, or if Tim has to dip early, y'all are gonna level up at the end of the session, whether you do any combat or not.
Okay.
Yay.
Hooray.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. Last time, we left off with you guys stepping through a portal and ending up in the middle of a field, facing the giant city you know to be Avania. It is mid to late afternoon. You can like sort of tell that the sun is starting to set, but it's not quite getting there yet. It's not a far walk to get to the edge of the city. You can see sort of the big gates in the front.
Someone else say something. I'm sorting out my tabs.
I thought you were ready.
Vanya, are you from here?
No, you just left my home crew, remember?
I was gonna say this is now
But
the
how
second
can
Vanya.
that place be the Vanya if this is a Vanya?
That place is called Noen.
No what?
Noen.
You've said no one before.
Yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Kruu, are you hungry? We should find some bread.
That would be most excellent.
That's what I thought.
I have
any
bread in my
incense?
bag.
You have bread? Here.
No one.
Yeah.
Kruu, Varas has
I-
bread for you.
I reach into the bag of holding and just throw a loaf of bread at Kruu's face. Like, softly, but, like, very clearly, like, you know.
Kruu's gonna
It's like-
open his mouth, and it's gonna
Yeah,
smack him
exactly.
in between the eyes, and he's just gonna keep his mouth open as it falls to the floor.
Oh.
Thank you.
A slight miscalculation was made, it seems.
It's fine.
Kruu's gonna sit, plop on the ground, and start eating the bread like a just like whole loaf.
How does things becoming stale
Okay,
work
well-
in a bag of holding?
It's like a little bit stale, but barely. Like you would get away with it just fine. You just barely notice.
Okay.
Give it another week, it'll be stale.
Can I have one?
Okay. Sure. I also try a loaf of
I'm
bread
gonna let it-
directly at Alwyn's head.
I'm gonna let it hit me in the face.
Nice catch, Alwyn.
Vanya's gonna
Thanks.
take the
And then I'll
chips
sit
out
down
of her
and
bag now.
next to Kruu and start eating bread.
She's gonna take the chips out and go, do anyone want chips? As she starts eating those.
Oh, those chips were good.
Yeah, okay, here's the bag. You know, I'm holding it out to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm taking some chips. I'm taking a handful. I'm nomming.
They
Aiden,
are
would you like some chips?
So right.
Shut the fuck up, Pyro.
Why not?
Vanya, hands
Y'all are a
Aiden.
party
I'll
of
take a
snack hoarders.
handful.
The chips are really good.
I've
So many of
decided
those
that
scones from the first session.
I was just about to say,
They might still be in there.
I do have several scones left. I have 6 of them, in fact.
I think you should eat those,
Excellent.
Kruu.
They are quite well preserved.
Are
They're
they?
evolving into rocks slowly.
They're very crunchy.
Uh-huh.
It's good for your gut.
when are the scones eligible for Aiden's card thing?
Oh my god. No, they probably are already, actually, to be honest.
Aiden, how do you feel about the scones? Do you want to use these or keep them away from you?
The rocks have been sufficient.
Why have
Okay.
sleeping stones when you could have sleeping scones?
You should
True.
you should eat
That
at
sounds
least
like a
one of these,
bakery inn,
Aiden.
anyway. It's like an inn that
haven't
sells
scones.
bakery goods. so-
Wait, can
Can I
we
have a piece of
start it
one,
in?
Kruu?
Can we?
You haven't kept
open
food
it?
in your crop since
Someone put
I
a pin in it.
met you. And I'm very concerned about your health.
Help.
Your diet needs to include more minerals and grit.
A response to that. What do you say to that?
I put a hand on
So,
Aiden's
should we-
shoulders and just say, "You don't say anything to that, buddy."
Should we head into
Can I have a
town?
piece of one, Kruu?
If you don't have a healthy crop, you will never find a mate.
Hmm. Let's head
Women
into town.
hate bad digestive systems.
But I want a scone first.
You can have a
Before
scone
we
on the
go.
way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you actively trying to eat this scone?
If Kruu will grant me one.
Kruu will grant. Kruu will gently toss it at Alwyn's face.
We found the bit for the session, guys.
I'll let it
It's
hit
like
me,
an-
but I'll catch it
Like
after.
an
or attempt
underhand
to.
lob, but it's
Okay.
like this thing. I might as well be throwing a brick.
I was gonna say that might hurt, but does it still
Yep.
resemble a regular scone?
It still
Yes.
resembles a regular scone. You don't know why it's preserved the way it is, but it is. But as you catch it in your hands, you can feel that it's hard enough that you do not want to bite into this thing.
I would like to attempt to break off a piece.
Okay, make me a strength check.
Damn, how strange.
That is a 13.
13. You get like a bit of it that like crumbles around the edge, but like you don't break off a decent chunk of this thing. It's like literally a rock.
Kruu, you're well versed with the edibility of rather tough materials. Any advice on how I go about eating this?
Can I slap the scone out of Alwyn's hands and say you're not a damn aarakocra?
I
Don't
mean,
forget to swallow. That is the best advice I can give.
you can if you want to,
Oh
Varas.
gosh.
I would love to.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
We're not taking a trip to the hospital today. No siree.
And remember to breathe before eating.
What?
Oh,
I
that is good advice.
Okay. I think we just
Sometimes
guys,
I
think
get
we
too
just- I just
excited
think
and
we
I
keep
breathe
walking.
after I put it in my mouth.
I think we just keep walking.
yeah.
All right.
Hey, Kruu, can you pull the deck out while we're here?
We already
Sure.
sure.
Did
If
we?
you
Oh,
recall,
it
you did
hasn't
already
been.
draw for today.
No, yeah, I
We drew in
forgot.
this day.
Scratch
Still
that from the
a little
record.
sad about my scone.
I will not be pulling the deck out.
As you guys are
yeah.
having this scone conversation, you guys do start to approach the front gate. Sorry, go ahead, Kruu. What were you saying?
I will not pull the deck out.
No, that's all we were saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have decided not to.
For no particular reason.
Anyway, as you guys approach the front gate, you can see this thing is massive. It's probably 3 buildings tall in height, sort of a wrought iron gate, and on either side of it stand 2 guards and a couple of lines of what appear to be various wagons and people sort of trying to get into the city.
Okay, I have a funny idea. Can I sneak, like stealth up to the gate without the guards noticing me, and then like climb the gate without the guards noticing me?
Is that
So-
are you? Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if you could climb this gate in midday with all of the people right there, but if you want to try, I'm not stopping you.
That's DM talk for don't do it, you fucking idiots. I'm gonna not do that.
I was gonna ask, was this an idea you spoke aloud? or-
No, that was me asking the DM.
I
Okay,
mean, you
that's what I
can
thought.
do it.
No,
It
you
is an
said the
ability
DM.
that you
You
have.
said the DM thing of don't do it, you idiot. So
Okay.
It's okay, even if that's not what you meant. That's what we would have told them. So,
Yeah.
it's true.
well, I don't know. I might have been on board, but
You would have been.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, you guys can wait a short amount of time in sort of this line of wagons. The line actually moves fairly fast for how long it is. And when you get to the front, you find yourself face to face with a guard. He looks about middle age, and he again has a clipboard in his hand. All right, state your name, business, please, and present your papers.
What are
Papers?
those again?
Tables?
Like specific papers or just identification?
Identification, papers, usually they're papers.
Varus is just gonna like go to the back of the group.
Hmm. Hmm.
Vanya pulls out her ID and hands it to him.
Smells. What can I do?
He'll take a look at your idea, Vanya, and he'll nod to you. He'll jot down something on the paper. And, what are you doing in Avania?
Vanya looks back at everyone like, we're on our way to. Where are we on our way to? Sabra. I forgot the name. Sabra. Just passing through.
At that, the bored-looking guard, he's gonna, like, put down his pen and sort of raise an eyebrow at you, and he's gonna, like, kind of meet your eyes for the first time. You're going to Sabral?
Yes.
Well, you're gonna have an interesting time.
What do you mean?
Have you heard about the Border Patrol?
No.
Nope.
Sabral closed their borders
What?
Sad.
about a few weeks ago, actually.
What?
I think
Yeah.
it's very clear.
That's not ideal. Is
We'll
is there-
figure it out, I guess.
Maybe
Did
they'll
they-
open them by the time we get there.
Did they
I
say
doubt it.
anything about
Do
why
you know why they
closed
yeah.
them?
Haven't you guys heard the news of the blue dragon passing away? It's spreading like hellfire right now.
It's been a while.
We've been somewhat out of touch the past week or so.
Ugh, travelers. He'll like tuck the clipboard under his arm. Yeah, since the blue dragon passed away, Sabral is up in arms. They don't exactly want anyone getting to the silver dragon, who, you know, runs all the high magic security prisons over there.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's a little bit of a problem, though.
Isn't
Yeah,
Well, I can assure you, we
Hell.
do no such septing.
wait, isn't the blue dragon no one's?
Yes, that's the one they died. Remember, I told you guys.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
getting really
yeah.
confused. It's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought that was in character
Yeah.
still. So that's okay. Got it.
No.
Yeah, the blues.
Yeah,
no one's-
we haven't had an instance before, at least in written record that anyone could find, of a dragon passing away and not coming back. Let's just say Sabral's been on high alert.
Hmm. Well, thanks for the heads
Okay,
up.
well, we'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
I mean, if you're looking to get in, your only option is to get some high clearance papers, probably.
well, I'm sure that can't be that hard, right?
I mean, if you want to try to meet with a government official, you're more than welcome. You're gonna have to give them a probably real good reason to give you access to get in there.
Like
Maybe we
a
should
government
give them
official
scones,
from
too.
where?
Anywhere. As long as they have high enough level clearance, they can give you papers with access to Sobral. But
Vanya
Just-
gives Aiden a look.
Aiden just kind of smirks and continues about everything normally.
That's
but, like,
fine. Thank you so much, kind sir. What is your name?
Christopher,
Thank you so much, Christopher.
no problem. I am still gonna need to see the rest of your parties.
Yeah.
names and
I know.
papers.
I'm just telling you. Thank you from me. Like you do what you need to with them.
Yeah, no problem. He'll turn to the rest of you guys.
Kruu extends a rock forward and smiles at the
Nice.
guard.
The guard is going to just stare at the rock in your hand and be like, what is this?
My identification.
Is it magic?
I don't think so.
So you identify as a rock.
I brought this from my home country.
Vanya in the back, like where Christopher can't see because he's busy, does minor illusion on the rock, and Kruu's name appears.
That's just smart as hell.
I was about to do that for you, Paris. So just minor illusion.
Roll me a stealth check, Vanya.
Ooh.
Gosh,
There is a
okay.
second guard, that is true.
Oh, was there? I did not see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
This can only go well.
14.
Okay. He'll like look at the name on the rock, look at Kruu and look at the name on the rock again. He'll go, I guess that'll suffice. And he'll write your name down on a piece of paper.
That's crazy.
I rolled poorly.
Okay.
Thank you, guardsman.
Yeah, no problem. Next.
Varus
Oh,
is
I
just
guess
gonna
that's all of
shove
us.
Aiden.
all that. I'm just gonna nod my head at him and show the circlet and hope that's widely known.
He'll nod back at you and then give you a confused look, and you can tell he doesn't know what that means.
Fucker.
He didn't roll good on his history check.
Quick, try using all items in your inventory on the guard.
I like scrolling
At least twice.
so fast. I see you're unaware with the royal proceedings of no one.
That would be correct. I'm not familiar.
I am Aiden, the most recent adoptee of the royalty of no one. My father, Jiro, travels a lot.
He will
Nudge,
stop.
nudge.
And he will look you up and down, and he will go, "Oh, my apologies, sir. You're more than welcome in." And he'll jot down your name.
I appreciate. My friend here as well. Companion, Varas. My brother, so to speak.
Hi.
Yes, of course. Normally we wouldn't allow people in without papers, but if you're extending that, I cannot turn that down.
Can
We
I like
I
appreciate
mean,
lean
he's
up next
physically
to,
incapable of lying, so.
Can I lean up like next to Aiden and say, "Hey, can I get one of those too?"
Speaking
you
of being
not have
physically incapable
ID?
of lying.
No.
Shit! None of us have ID.
Where would I get
How
that?
are we getting drunk anyway?
Where would I
They
have
never
one?
check us.
Because we look over 25 anyway.
Yeah,
They also
fair point.
never check us.
Also, good point. Also, good
He
point.
will
I mean,
motion
when
you
would I have
both
gotten?
to walk past him. State your name.
Alwyn.
Alwyn. And what form of identification do you have? Hopefully not another rock.
Would a leaf be better?
He's gonna give you the most skeptical look. I've seen worse.
Sorry, I'm from a rather rural place. Papers were never something I really needed.
Are you pulling out a leaf and handing it to this man?
If I had, yeah, why not?
And Vanya's gonna
Okay.
cast minor illusion again and hope it works.
I'm gonna just casually stand like in
13?
between the other guard and Vanya, like blocking vision.
13.
Oh, we went through there.
I rolled a 6, so he'll take a look at the leaf.
These are the worst guards ever.
Call out this.
Listen, the backup, I was thinking about it. I was trying to decide if I was just gonna pop the Eyes of Charming and hope it did not go wrong.
Oh.
But
Oh, true.
He'll hand you back your leaf and he'll say, "That's fine. This is more of a formality anyway. Welcome to Avania." He'll motion
Thanks.
behind him.
as I walk past, thanks, Chris, and I'll wave.
he will not wave back, but he'll like hold up a hand in the air like he acknowledged.
Half point. He
Then
was
you
a
hear
nice
him call
guy.
it next. Yeah.
We really need to get all of you some IDs. I really think that would be the best thing for everyone.
Usually I'm not traveling in a group. I don't need one.
I don't know. That leaf worked pretty well.
Kruu is currently
Do you
eating
know
the
why
rock
the
with his
leaf
name on
works,
it.
Alwyn?
Nice.
Actually, yeah. Could I see the minor illusion from the angle? Would I know that Vanya?
Well, when you got it back, right?
Yeah, you would have seen your name on there. If you want to like make an Arcana check, you could probably tell.
Sure. Hold on. 7. Wait. Arcana check. Do I have a modifier for that? I actually don't remember. No, I don't. 17.
Yeah, you could tell this is a minor illusion spell. You've been traveling with Vanya long enough.
I mean, I do appreciate the help, but you never know. He might have accepted the leaf anyway.
He wasn't
Make me
accepting.
an insight check. Anyone who wants to.
Okay, with
What,
you.
to see if he would have accepted the leave?
A 15.
Uh, 10.
That's what's my insight?
Oh, I
Jesus.
don't know. It's a 6. For me.
11.
14.
All right, Kruu and Aiden, you guys think that the guards at the front gate are like really just a formality so that like crazy riffraff running from someone don't necessarily get let into the city. You don't think that they're really doing anything to stop most people from getting in.
Damn, good thing I'm still wearing my fancy clothes, otherwise I would have been profiled.
Real.
Yeah, you think city this big, like they can't actually like monitor every single person who goes through the gate.
So, do we think you can write us a letter, Aiden, or do we need to send something off to your father to help us?
I was thinking about just talking.
Okay, that works.
Well, if
It
we have
would
to talk to a
work.
government official anyway.
I
They
mean,
would know, Jiro.
and I mean, technically, Aiden's royalty.
True.
Oh, I was on a different page. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
What page
I
were
was
you
thinking you
on?
were talking about identification stuff still.
No,
My
no,
bad.
no. I was now talking about the border
Gotcha,
thing.
gotcha.
You know, the issue at hand now.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll
On the
get
way
there
to
when
it.
we get
Do you
there.
want to make me an insight check on that?
Who?
Now I roll bad. A 4.
4? It'd probably work.
It would probably work.
That scares
I
me
have
into
no
thinking
doubt
that
that
it's
it will
not
work.
going to work.
Really?
Aiden,
Kruu?
no,
Maybe
I,
a DC was just 1, guys. Come
I
on.
fully believe there's a world that it works.
I think so. I think it's a fair
You know what?
assumption.
Vanya, I will let you make that check too. You're from knowing.
You said insight?
Yep.
10?
10? You're a little skeptical that would work.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I thought I should be. Okay. Yeah, we'll see, I guess.
You never
So,
know.
should we find somewhere to stay for tonight here?
That might be a good idea. Oh, we should have asked Chris. He was a nice guy. I bet he would have known.
Oh, let's walk back out the gate. That sounds smart.
Good idea. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
try
you
to
don't
run
have
this
Grapple
to.
way.
You
by
can
the
just.
collar.
The
Which
gate
isn't
isn't like one that blocks off line of sight. It's more like an intricately carved sort of decorative gate. So it's open. You can still see him on the other side. You didn't get far.
I no longer grapple one by the collar.
Hey,
Kruu is
Chris.
gonna
But
press
he's,
his
like, big.
he's gonna press his face up against the gate, like behind Christopher's head, and just go,
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, he'll look a little startled when he turns around.
Kruu is very slowly pushing his face further into gate as he's talking.
Vanya's rubbing like
Do
one
you
hand over
know
her
of
eyes.
perhaps an inn where we could rest?
There's quite a few of them. He's gonna look like a taken aback as you like continue to shove your face through this gate. I think the closest one with some availability would probably be the Drunken Dragon. If you head down the main street and then just sort of hang the third left, you can't miss it.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Kruu's
Yeah,
gonna
no
slowly
problem.
back away from the gate.
Are you like still facing this man as you're like back?
Yes.
Oh no.
He is going to take an awkward step away from you before turning back around to face the line again.
Well,
What a helpful guy. Should have given him a scone.
I can't spell.
I think he
Um,
would have taken that as a threat,
Why? It's a
considering
scone.
they're.
Wait, why do I have 5 hit?
Yes, eat this essentially rock. I know.
Well, no,
part
it's
of
a
every
scone.
balanced diet.
No, you must have misheard me. I said
Everybody knows
scone,
this.
not stone.
Oh, and there's a reason I didn't let you eat the other scone.
I thought that was just because
I mean,
Like,
that's all, yeah, probably,
I'm
but
being rude. Yeah.
Minor question. When we got the flowers last time, those healed us, correct?
Yes, it did
Okay.
heal you.
Yeah.
I
to
didn't
keep you
change
back
my
at full
note. I
health.
didn't change my sheet. I only changed my notes, so I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you should be at
It's
full
like,
health.
I was like, why do I have hit points?
why do I have it?
It's only been 20 minutes. What has happened?
You're slowly bleeding to death. You didn't notice. Whoops. Anyway, sorry. Which way did they say we? Did Chris say we should go, Kruu?
Down Main Street.
The third left.
Which one's Main Street?
I think
The one that
we
looks
think
like
it's the
the
main
main
one.
street would be my
Mm.
guess.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes the Main Street isn't called
Can
Main
I
Street.
make an investigation check
I
to
was-
see if Main Street is easily
I was
identifiable?
just about to.
Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
Cool, what's my investigation modifier? Let's look at my character sheet. Let's stare harder, because I apparently don't know where that is. That is a 19.
You think it's the giant street that's right in front of you that's leading
Ah,
directly towards the center of the city.
Crazy! Who would have guessed? I'm just gonna grab Alwyn's head and like just turn it to look directly down Main Street.
You never know. That could be called Avania Street.
Not everything is
Main
named
Street isn't
Vanya.
it.
Vanya, congratulations on your street.
Thank you.
Just
I should have never left Sorrentino.
Starting to think I shouldn't have left Noen.
But then you would have missed out on all the
solidarity.
fun we've been having.
I think I would have been okay with that.
Oh, well, that's sad. Who would have taught me roof jumping?
Good question. Who would have? Guess we'll never know.
What time is it?
The sun is starting to set at this point. You can sort of see the orange color streaking across the sky, and you think it will start to get dark relatively soon.
We should head for the inn now.
I suppose. We probably should.
Yeah. You guys can start making your way down Main Street. As you walk through here, this is probably the biggest city you've ever been in. Varas, you've been in some pretty big cities in the Kingdom of Sorrentina, and Noen is, nothing to snuff at, but this is a massive city. It's sprawling, like, pretty much as far as the eye can see after you get into the gates. You can see, like, up on a big platform, sort of in the back, is two very tall spiraling towers that sort of go up very, very high into the sky. And there's sort of a big building that's nestled between the two of them that you think is sort of like the local government, as it were. I don't think any. Roll a history check, actually, for anyone who thinks they know anything about this place.
As in, roll it if we think we would, or
Yeah, if you think you've read anything about Tola or Avania itself.
I rolled a 9.
I
I
mean,
think I have good reason to roll.
I sure have said when we were making characters that I do read a lot of books.
I
What's
rolled a
this,
nat one.
history?
Yes, history.
That's a dirty 20.
11.
30, 20, 11. Vanya, you would probably know about this, and you would as well, Varas. You know that this kingdom is actually run via democracy. And so that is the government office.
Ah, they're savages.
But yeah, you guys can head down Main Street and you hang that left, and there is a very obviously large sign that is in the shape of a dragon labeled the Drunken Dragon, and the door is wide open, and you can hear music coming from inside.
Would you consider this place bustling if we were to enter?
It's not particularly bustling. I would say medium levels of bustle.
Hmm. Do the patrons seem drunk?
They seem like they're having a good time, but it's also still fairly early in the evening.
Hmm. Okay, I'll bide my time.
What does that mean?
That's
No.
something I'm saying as Yuri, not as Varas, so you'll never know.
Damn. Anyway. That
Yeah.
looks like the right place, right? Kruu?
Dragon sign says the drunken. Yeah, no, I don't think I need to think particularly hard to realize that this sounds like the place.
Let's see if they have any availability, shall we?
Yeah, you guys can head on inside. When you get in there, it's pretty standard affair. They have sort of a small section in the back where there's a group of bards that are playing. Most of the tables are full here, but not all of them, with people just sort of starting to settle down for the evening, starting to order food. There's a very long bar in front of you with actually two barkeeps running back and forth, sort of getting people drinks. But the most notable thing that you see is that all of the waiters seem to be skating across the floor.
Oh.
Is it a regular floor?
You put your foot down on the floor. Yeah, seems like it's made of wood.
This floor is made of floor. And-
When you see, when you say skating, like
like Shadow the Hedgehog.
they seem
Is
to
this
be with
Sonic?
every step they take, they tend to glide forward.
This is Sonic.
huh? That's
Sorry, is that?
cool.
I've heard of Sonic. Is that like the gimmick of the restaurant?
Yeah,
We don't have those here.
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
They bring your food out while on roller skates.
That actually sounds really sick.
If you were looking at these shoes, they're normal shoes.
So it really is like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Right? Floating? That's an out loud, like, musing.
Got you.
That's
Mm.
cool.
Seems like it.
One of the waitresses will like basically fly past you and she'll say, "It's called gliding, dear."
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Gliding. The
Yeah.
poor man's flying.
You know what, Kruu? You should show them how it's done.
I am overladen.
That's it.
Perhaps later then.
Later.
Over the table, it's just the curtain. Aiden's never seen Kruu fly, I don't think. No, that's a lie.
Yes,
Never,
that is
no, yeah,
entirely
I
a
forgot.
lie.
I forgot. The roof jumping
You
section,
forgot
I
about
forgot.
a half an hour stint of me dying.
Yeah. Ignore me.
Anyway,
You
table.
guys can go to a table. As you approach this table, you realize that most of the chairs like seem to also adhere to whatever the mechanics of the floor are that allow the people to glide, because as you move them, they almost float outwards.
This isn't creepy or anything.
Whoa.
Also, the whole
That's
time we were
awesome.
walking, Aiden was doing the hand jive because there are bards, therefore music. Anyway,
That is true.
that's become my compelled to dance thing. I just do the hand jive. This is acceptable.
Surely.
Anyway,
Nice hands, Aiden.
help.
Is that a known
Nice hands.
When
Is that
Vanya
no one
mentions that,
flirting?
I'll turn around, notice Aiden doing that, and misconstrue and wave back.
I'll throw a wave in.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You guys can take a seat at this table. As you do, one of the waitresses sort of glides around your table and she's like, "Hold on, I'll be with you in a second." And she goes to the table next to you and starts refilling the drink of a woman who's sitting there with her head in her hands. She'll glide back over to you guys. What can I do for you?
Is that woman over there all right?
She'll look over her shoulder and look back at you guys. I think she's been having a bit of a rough day.
I see.
Unfortunate.
I know the feeling. Can't seem to catch a break lately.
Yeah,
Should we
Yeah,
order-
I can relate.
I don't know her too well. I really only work 1 or 2 nights a week, but from what I heard from the staff, she's been in here pretty much every day this week.
Rough.
Should we have a round of ale for us and perhaps one for her as well?
Sure.
I'm gonna,
I can do that for you guys.
as everyone's ordering, I'm gonna get up and approach this woman.
Yeah, you can approach her.
Just gonna gently tap her on the shoulder and ask if she's alright.
Yeah, she'll lift her head out of her hands and she'll look at you. She looks to be a human, about middle age. Her hair is sort of wrapped up in a very tight bun, and she's wearing what looks to be some sort of uniform, you'd guess, but you're not really sure for what. I'm sorry. Can I help you?
Yeah, no, sorry to, intrude. You just seemed like you needed a friend, someone to talk to.
I mean, if you're offering, I guess I'd appreciate that. She'll sort of turn to you and gesture to a chair. She's at a table that's equally as big as yours, by the way. All these tables seem to come in mostly one size.
I see. I'll put on my totally most sincere smile and sit at the chair that was gestured to.
My name's Lydia. She'll extend her hand out to you.
I will shake her hand. And I'm Varas. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you as well. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a long month, if I'm being honest.
Sounds relatable. Do you mind, you can talk about it in more detail if you so wish.
Yeah, I'm not sure you'll quite have any relation to it. I work for the Bureau of Criminal Magic. Do you know what that is? We get mostly adventurers in here. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't.
I could take an educated guess, but please, by all means, inform
Are the
me.
rest of us in earshot for this?
Yeah, you guys are just not far over. If you want to
Yeah,
you're
these-
a foot from the table, you know?
Yeah.
Is the waitress coming back with our ales? That's the extra.
Oh yeah, she is.
I will take 2 ales and then waddle over and put one in front of Lydia.
Oh, thank you so much. She'll look up at you. And then look back at Boris. I take it you all know each other?
Yes, this is my friend, Kruu.
Well met.
Nice to meet you, Kruu. She'll gesture to the table again, and then she'll turn to the rest of you guys. If any of you wish to join me as well, no pressure, but
Yo, Aiden, can you bring my drink?
Kruu already did.
No,
he brought
Kruu brought his own
Lydia's.
drink and the
I'm a
one that-
prince. I'm a prince.
I
what you're
got
saying.
it. I grabbed 2, and I elbow Aiden as I'm walking past him on purpose. Come
I'm
on.
overladen.
Thank you, dearest Vanya.
You're
And
I
welcome.
need to be
I'll
tired
take the-
more often.
I
It
will
is
also
funnier.
transition to the other table.
Yeah, I'll move over as well.
As everyone's sitting down, I'm just gonna go around introducing them, and yeah.
okay. Yeah, she'll offer to shake all of your guys' hands for whoever wants to.
Of course.
Did
Yeah,
Aiden
she'll
sit next to Vanya? Because I was going to, if he did, then I was going to elbow him again and say, be nice. But if he didn't, then I can't elbow him.
True.
So.
Yep, that's up to you guys. I don't know. What
I
order you're
know,
singing.
that's why I was waiting for him to answer that.
That's Aiden's call, probably.
Yeah.
Why?
Are you sitting
Side of
next
the
to
table.
Vanya?
Where are you sitting, bestie?
Did you?
I'm sitting somewhere. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
Who's
then
next to you?
then I elbow Aiden and say, be nice.
Yep, okay. Actually, yeah, logistically, I think that makes sense that you would then be, yep.
Like it's
Roll with it.
not like a hard elbow, just like enough to be like, be nice.
Just like a damn.
We're with company now, kind of like.
To be civil.
Fine.
Yeah. Lydia will like take a sip from her drink and set it back on the table. Well, starting over for all of you, I work at the Bureau of Criminal Magics, particularly in the investigatory offices. I've been working there for quite a long time, and to be honest, I've had a case for the last 3 months or so that we just haven't made any progress on. And it's gotten to the point where I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be fired if I don't manage to make any progress on this trial, and I just don't really know what to do.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, how long have you guys been in the city?
10
Approximately 20 minutes.
Yeah, 10, 20 minutes, yeah.
She'll kind of smile at that. So you wouldn't have heard of what's going on at all.
No, but it sounds like I'd have some expertise in the subject, but yes, continue.
She'll like half raise an eyebrow at you, but we've had a string of murder cases recently, actually. Each one pretty much the exact same as the rest. We're looking at our 7th victim now as of yesterday night.
A serial killer.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and we have pretty much nothing.
Nothing at all?
Do the victims have anything in common?
Yeah, they do. I'm not sure how much details I'm allowed to go into with anyone who's not working on the
But
team.
maybe we could
but
help.
She pauses and considers. Vanya, make me persuasion check.
Ooh. I got a lot of points there, okay.
Awooga.
22.
Let's go.
22?
Mhm.
She'll look at you and her eyes will kind of brighten, like it's not something that she's considered. And she'll say, "Well, I do have the ability to hire on consultants. Do you have any experience that you think would be helpful?"
I start looking at
I've-
everyone and I go, I fought in a war.
I've dealt with assassins and the like before.
And I've
Okay.
I've hung out with thieves.
I say I visited a thieves' hideout one time
Yeah.
and didn't die.
Yeah.
Someone
you're
noted
so
consultant.
We stopped a
suspicious.
crime ring. Well, I'm trying not to
We
give away
did
that
do.
you're a thief.
We did stop a
but
crime ring. That did happen, actually.
Mhm.
Did we?
Kind of.
Technically.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we just changed who was in power.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
That's-
stopped it and then started it again, but we can leave that second part out.
Yeah.
We stopped the really bad part of it.
It's a long story.
We took down a crime boss, and that's the end of that story.
She's
We
gonna
took his
start.
head. We hung it in an inn.
We did.
Huh?
She's
could-
gonna look really rapidly back and forth between all of you as you're saying this.
Also, Aiden's a prince, so like maybe he has some power.
Maybe.
What? What is that?
Who knows?
Vanya, I think you severely overestimate Aiden's capabilities outside of knowing.
It
I almost
worked.
told you
It
once.
worked to get him in here, and you.
True.
Yeah,
I
after
like
he
the
had to
idea.
explain who he was.
Okay, I mean it just happened yesterday, so.
We have a lot of
It's
feelings.
been like a
Lydia.
day.
I apologize.
I can tell. No, I honestly, you know what? There's nothing to lose at this point. We're kind of at a total loss. Having a fresh set of eyes would be great if you guys are offering. I'm not sure what standard what you guys work for since you've probably never done anything exactly like this before. Usually we hire consultants with our normal consulting fee. She's
Whatever
gonna kind
you-
of trail off and look at you guys.
Whatever you want to give us is fine. I just, this just sounds like something we could help with.
Speak for
Okay.
yourself. I'm an expert in the matter.
Vanya gives Mara
Yeah.
a look like, come on. She just wants to do a mystery board, is really what's happening here.
Mm.
We can offer you our standard consultation fee, which I'll get you the paperwork for, and then pretty much a big bonus if we actually catch the murderer. And then if there's anything else that you guys need for compensation, just let me know. We can always adjust the paperwork.
I would like to consult myself for 2 rocks.
Two rocks?
Kruu, you could buy so many more rocks with actual money.
Just 2 of your best
But-
rocks from here in Avania would be great for him.
Two of your finest rocks.
What sort of rocks? Are we
Whatever
talking like
is,
The
comes
shiny
f-
kind.
whatever and comes from Avania, that would be like
I know a lot about rocks.
are you
I
talking
dabble.
like gemstones or are you talking
He's
about
not.
he's not, I promise.
this
just
one
likes
looks
rocks.
so bewildered.
We can work
just
we
really
can work
likes
out the
rocks.
details about the rocks later if you just agree to 2 rocks.
If it's just a little consult, I will
We can do that.
perhaps some sand.
She's gonna look even
Vanya
more
now gives
bewildered.
Kruu a look like, please stop.
We can definitely work some rocks into the offer, I suppose. Our standard consultation fee is usually, and it again depends on how long the case goes for, but it's usually about 50 gold pieces each. If we make good headway on the case, and about 200 in compensation each if we catch the murderer.
Varas has like big pound signs coming out of their eyes right now.
I bet I
I
can buy a
require
rock.
1 rock at least per diem.
Oh, that's
Can
reasonable.
I roll for negotiation?
Yeah, you can roll me a persuasion check. Are you pulling out any of your rocks as examples, by the way, or are you just
I'm gonna
claiming
pull-
rocks?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pull
Just-
out a pebble, and I'm gonna bring out the ruby as well. And I'm gonna point to the pebble and say, "This one's my favorite." Let's make direct eye contact.
She'll look at the pebble, and then she'll look at you, and she'll look at the pebble again, and she'll be like, "We can work something out."
I'm
Yeah,
so
let me
sorry
roll.
for my friend.
Sure, the magic one.
It's a 13.
Okay. Yeah, I have something in mind that I think will work for you, I hope. She's kind of like still staring at the pebble and like sort of chuckling at this point. You really she did not think this is how her night was gonna go, you can tell.
Kruu quietly says to himself, "That was very shrewd."
Regardless, I'm sure, fees and such can be discussed at a later point. However, I am very interested in the details of this case. And I'll lean forward.
Yeah, sure, of course. You guys are staying in the inn, are you not?
Probably. We haven't actually gotten that far yet.
Okay, they have some vacancy, I wouldn't be worried, but I will come back in the morning with all of the actual papers, but I'll tell you what I can for now. Currently, so it's over the last 3 months, there's been a string of 7 murders, and for some reason, every single body we've come across seems like it's been mauled by a wild animal.
Have you investigated
able
any
to
wild
ID
animals?
Sorry, what?
Have you investigated any wild animals?
With the first murder, we sort of thought it might be an outstanding case, and so we did, look at a lot of animals in the vicinity and sort of see if there's anything rabid that was on the outskirts of town. We didn't find anything. When the second and third sort of started popping up, we realized it was more of a case of, let's say something planned. But we still haven't found anything in the way of actual animals that could have potentially committed this, as far as I'm aware.
And you said there was some correlation between the victims?
Yeah, were you able to ID them at all?
We were able to ID several of them. A couple of them were on the streets, and we couldn't quite get an identification off them. It's quite literally every type of person under the sun. We've had an elf, we've had a gnome, we've had a human, just every race, every age. Some of them were in their homes, some of them were out at bars, some of them were just like in a back alley when the body was found. Not relegated to a specific section of town.
What's
don't
made you
know.
think these are planned?
The way that all of the bodies have been killed has been the same. We've had our team sort of measure all of the different scratch marks and bite marks on the body, and they all seem to be from the same creature, whatever's doing this.
Has to
Would
be a
we have any
catch.
knowledge of any sort of a creature?
You could make me a history check, or I'll take, like, maybe an insight. No, probably history.
Well, personally, I can't think of
What
any
about
way.
animal handling?
Probably not animal handling.
Oh,
DM, that's a nat 20, so that's a 22.
22?
I rolled a
Yep.
3.
Oh, I suppose I should make.
Yeah, I also
Is
wrote
it
a 3,
history, right?
actually.
19.
Yes.
Oh,
So I just
18.
wasn't going to say it.
Oh, history 17. Sorry, I can't read.
You guys think that without being able to stare at the body, just hearing the word scratch marks, you don't know what that means. Because it could be small, it could be large, it could be kind of anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't think of any way that somebody could kill someone and make it look like an animal did it, though. No way at all.
No,
No, I
no.
was gonna say, I've been thinking it the whole time.
My notes of options don't contain psycho druid.
Do
Are
we
you
have
saying,
any?
are you saying that out loud, Alwyn?
No.
I actually I was gonna say, yeah, like in character, out loud with a completely straight face. I can't, you know,
Well,
can't think of any way that they could make it look like an animal, a
well,
wild animal.
actually,
killing someone.
that's the point I was
great.
getting to. The most recent body from last night, it was mauled in the same way, found in a neighbor's house. A neighbor reported the body. But this one had a very clean slice through the neck.
Interesting.
Is there any evidence that we would have permission to view? Perhaps any photos?
I would assume not until we sign
mean-
some documents.
Our cameras
Once you
are
sign the documents, we've had our team magically preserve the scene of the crime if you want to actually come and look at it yourself. I can
I
take
would
you tomorrow
love
morning.
to do that, yes.
I want to see the bodies.
That's a
You
little
say
weird.
that in a less weird way?
I just
Well,
would like to see the
investigation
scene of the
purposes.
crime, not all of the bodies.
For the record, this is the only one I can take you to because it's, still under magical preservation. The body is still there. We have magically preserved it because we have some people looking at it tomorrow evening as well. We'll just go earlier in the day.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I will get you sort of all the paperwork to sign for clearance. I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, and then I can take you to sort of go look at what's happened. You guys do say you have experience. It's, not a pretty sight, so just be prepared for that.
See a dead body? I've almost been a dead body.
Same.
She's gonna give you a look again.
Me too.
Yeah, and it was his fault. And I'll point at Aiden.
No, he just passed me out.
No, I'm in the
Wait.
forest one.
No, I was referring to the bone naga.
Yeah, I was referring to the bone naga.
Sorry. I see.
I was very hurt there.
Then Kruu almost died when I forget what her name was, but
Yeah.
Star?
Lilith's character.
Oh, Will's character.
What was her name?
Is
Midna, yeah.
Midna.
Midna. Yes, thank you. It's just in my notes somewhere, but anyway, lots of people have almost died actually. Now that I think about
I
it.
think all of us probably almost have.
I
Anyway.
see. She'll kind of just shake her head. Thus is the life of an adventurer, I suppose.
Almost
What are
dying
you
is
guys even doing in Tola?
We're headed to Sabra.
Passing through.
We were headed to Sobral, although we've heard that's a little more difficult than usual at the moment.
It'll be fine.
Fine.
Oh,
We will.
I mean, do you guys have official documentation to get in?
Not
Oh,
yet.
We
yeah.
will.
We're very good at improvising those.
We were gonna wing it.
You were gonna wing it.
It's kind
Yes.
of what we do. Probably why we've all almost died so many times.
I have wing.
Probably unrelated.
He's also a
Mm,
prince,
maybe.
so
Over the table, I'm very proud of, intentional or not, Kroo's aarakocra pun.
Yeah.
She'll pause
It was
and sort of
intentional.
tilt her head at you guys, and you can see that she's like thinking. And then she'll say, "You know, I know you're not from around here, but the Bureau of Magic Crimes is directly connected to the government. That is who we work for. I could find a way to write into your contract if you catch the murderer that I can potentially talk to the higher ups about getting you those papers."
that would be amazing.
Ah, yes. When we catch the murderer, I agree.
Yep.
That would be awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's funny how things always seem to work out for us like this.
Right? This is
That-
why we just wing it. Planning's for
It
chumps.
does require you to catch the
We
murderer,
will catch
but
the murderer. Don't worry about
We'll have
that.
it done in like 2 days max.
Don't,
Okay,
oh, maybe
that's...
don't do
Speak
that.
for
Don't
yourself.
say.
I
Don't give us
solved
a
the
time
puzzle
frame.
30 minutes ago, and I wasn't even here 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I've solved it. It was you. Over the table joke.
Alwyn, I can't believe you would do this.
Anyway,
okay.
Anyway,
Well, she's gonna finish the drink that she's been drinking for this entire conversation. Noticeably, a larger amount of it disappeared as soon as Kruu started talking about rocks. And she'll set it down on the table. Thank you guys again. I honestly was sort of starting to lose hope that I'd ever get anywhere with this case. Even if you guys don't manage to, make a big dent in the case, thank you. It's been nice to have hope again.
Hope is my middle name.
That's adorable.
Is it?
No,
that
it's
oh,
not.
you
Okay.
don't
No.
have one.
can't believe you would lie to me.
You don't have a middle name?
Yeah, I do.
Is it Hope?
What's your middle name?
It's Varas frantically starts looking around the room.
You don't have a middle
Aiden
name.
can't lie. Aiden says you
Gem-
don't.
You don't
therefore-
have a middle name.
Gem Glaston.
You don't have a middle name. It's okay.
Varas Gem Glaston. Varas starts looking around the room again. Despite already having an established fake last name, they start looking around the room again. The barkeep. Varas Gem Glaston barkeep.
Vanya leans over to Aiden and goes, "They don't have a middle name."
No.
That must be like a regional name. I've never heard one like that before.
It's
Very
a
human.
nobility thing.
Mhm.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
you peasants won't understand.
Okay, well, that's a little hurtful.
Varas is just so desperately trying not to crack.
Do you have a middle name, Alwyn?
Pardon?
Do you have a middle name?
I do not.
See, it's okay, Boris. You don't need to lie
I
to
never
us
needed
about
one.
your middle name.
I'm not lying.
Oh, does that mean I get to pick one? This is exciting.
I mean, there's nothing stopping
Kruu,
you.
do
I
you
pick
have
My
a
middle
middle
name
name?
is Kruu.
I'll have to think about
What is
it.
your first name?
I only have the one.
Okay, so you only have one
That would
name.
make it in the middle.
I would make
Kruu.
it.
Aiden, do you have a middle name?
No. Just no. Sure.
She's gonna look back and forth between
Do
all
you
of you
have a
guys
middle
again.
name,
And,
Lydia?
yeah, I do. Although I don't quite know why it's relevant, but yes.
Is it as cool as Gem Glaston?
Oh my
She starts actually laughing at that. First time you've heard her laugh all night. No, I don't think it's as cool as Jim Glaston.
I knew it. This isn't Paris breaking, this is me breaking.
Lydia is going to stand up, and put a couple of gold pieces on the table, and she'll say, I should probably head back for the night, but I will see you guys down here in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Sure thing.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Or it was nice to meet you, rather.
yeah, it will be a pleasure working with all of you. And she'll
Looking
start
forward.
walking off.
I will
Yep.
wave.
She will wave back.
Yes.
+1.
+1.
Would we have any reason to be like really suspicious of a government official just like casually talking about like
A murder
murders?
case.
Yeah, with just
Roll
people
a
they've never met
check,
before
Ren.
at a bar.
Yeah, do you want to roll an insight check?
I kind of do.
That's
Okay.
really weird.
Roll me an insight check.
Have we forgotten I'm very
19.
charismatic?
I rolled a 19.
19?
Yeah, I also did.
Maybe it's a little weird, but you've also never been to Tola before, so you're not really sure.
Paris just assumes it's because they're so damn charismatic. Like that, they're not rolling for this.
We are very charismatic.
It does give you slight pause.
I have wing.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh.
Yeah, you just got it, didn't you? Yeah.
Wait, what?
Anyway,
What did he say?
Ella said it gives you slight pause, and Kruu said I have wing. Not pause, wing.
Kruu does not want to say
Oh,
anything that's
oh,
going to make him seem
oh,
like a
okay.
suspect. That's why he said that.
I got it now. Okay. Should we get our rooms?
that sounds wise.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you guys want to flag down Aarachis, she'll glide on over to you and she can easily get you a room key.
A room key or
However many you want.
okay.
Our typical 3, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
She'll
Varas
pick
wants to join the sleepover.
I'll be alright, thank you.
Why just
I tried.
Varas?
I mean, you'd
What
be
do you have
welcome
against
too.
me?
I figured there was better odds of getting Varas to say yes.
You don't know me at all, do you?
You just don't think you'd say yes one day.
I feel very
Alright,
left
alright.
out.
Eyes of
Alwyn.
Charming, go.
I was thinking it, I was thinking it.
Varas is a changeling.
Oh wait, yeah.
I feel very left out.
It's
Alwyn.
tragic.
I can't believe you would do
I
this.
channel divinity for +5 persuasion.
Okay, watch this. Vanya, you want to join the sleepover?
No, because that was an afterthought.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
I just-
Don't gaslight me.
Expected you to say no.
And you thought
Uh,
Varas would say yes?
Well, no, but I hoped.
See, she knows me.
Aiden casts command.
Oh my gosh.
Command
Does
what?
he actually?
Command sleepover. Of course.
You have to roll. You have to roll.
What do I have
Oh,
to
no.
roll?
What actually is it? Hang on.
Wait, who are you
It's
Are
a
you
talking
actually
about?
casting
wisdom
command?
save.
Oh,
Yeah.
wisdom? Okay.
I'm committed now. It was a joke, but they said
Wait.
what?
Who are you commanding? Which one of them?
Vanya.
Oh, okay.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
I guess I'm joining the sleepover.
Oh no.
I rolled a 2. So it's a 3.
Your command is to follow.
Vanya
We
starts
got
following.
that.
Vanya's following Aiden
Oh
now. Is very
God.
confused.
Let it be known. Command lasts for 1 round in combat, which is the time it would take you to get to the bottom of the staircase.
Wait, I thought it was
I was
a
gonna
minute. Oh wait, yeah, you're so right. It's 1 round. This is
Yep.
peak. Peak
So,
entertainment.
get handed 3 room keys. The waitress just takes the gold off the table and kind of just glides away. Vanya, you're commanded to follow Aiden, and you guys walk to the bottom of the stairs where, like, the staircase starts leading up towards the rooms, and then suddenly you feel like you have your own free will back.
Oh my gosh.
Kruu is gonna say, Vanya, I can't wait to show you all of my rocks.
I don't have to follow
We're gonna
Aiden
have so
anymore.
much fun.
So,
Why do I travel with you people?
Vanya's now looking skeptically at Aiden, feeling slightly betrayed.
But yeah, you guys can head up the stairs to your 3 rooms. Assuming no sleepovers are occurring. And yeah, get a good night's rest.
Maybe not tonight.
Once we've
Vanya's
split
very
up,
I'm
I will propose
As
the
I'm
genius idea.
getting ready for bed, can I put on my glasses and look around?
Yeah, you can.
Do I see anything or anyone?
No, there's no one there.
Yeah, figured. I'll take them off and I'll go to bed.
Aiden, Kruu, what if we wait till Varas goes to sleep and then sleep over there?
I feel like the sound of the rocks would awake.
No. They'll never notice.
I can be very stealthy.
Are we doing sleepover stealth mission? Okay.
Operation
Anyone who
Sleepover
wants to
Stealth
sneak
Mission.
into Varus's room, make me a stealth check.
Ah, yes.
Excellent.
23. I rolled a nat 20.
2. I got a 2.
Well, someone's waking me up.
I got.
Oh, wait, that's with disadvantage. Sorry.
It's 23 for me.
Okay, it's a 2.
Stealth 14.
14? Okay. Kruu and Alwyn, you guys make it into the room just fine. Varus is fast asleep. You guys can, like, set up your stuff on the floor and you, like, start to settle down. As Aiden comes into the room, Aiden, you, like, drop the circle of rocks all over the floor, and Varus, you wake up.
Can I, like, just jump to action, summon my shadow rapier, and just fucking point it at where I heard the noise come from?
Yeah, you can.
Can I? Did
I'ma
I
do
hear,
that.
Did I hear the rocks from my room?
Probably. Honestly, you're one room over. You probably heard just, like, at least some clattering.
It at least
And,
woke
like-
me enough to be like, is everything okay? Remembering back
Yeah.
to like when Star broke in.
And Varus, like, probably hasn't even opened their eyes yet, and is just probably acting on reflex. Name and intention. And then they're gonna start to slowly open their eyes as they get a response.
Sleepover.
Sleepover.
Somewhere to the right of you, you hear Krug just go sleep over from, like, the far side of your bed.
Varus, like, fully opens their eyes, looks around, puts their
wave.
sword away, and goes to climb on the roof to sleep there. They're not dealing with this. They refuse.
I'm gonna follow.
Vanya can hear
Make
the
me
commotion, so
Sleight of hand check at disadvantage to open the window while you're half asleep.
Vanya does.
Sleight of
the door.
hand, disadvantage, so that is 25 and then 19.
Okay, yeah, you get the window open just fine.
Vanya
Cool.
goes to the door and
I'm
like
gonna climb
knocks
onto
to
that
check.
roof. I'm gonna sleep up there. Nobody can stop me. I
Aw,
will make more checks if I have to.
we almost had it. Next time. Next time.
She knocks again because, you know, she can hear commotion and she's very afraid someone's dying and she doesn't know she should bust down the door because no one has come out of the other room. She's unaware of the
Is the door
On the table,
sleepover.
I didn't hear you say anything.
it's
I'm
okay,
gonna be
it's
so
okay.
for real.
The
so
door should be open.
Is
yeah.
it now?
I
Okay.
thought Aiden was coming through the door, but the
Oh, I thought he was
Yeah,
already
that's
inside and
fair.
like dropped the rocks.
He
Is what I
he
thought.
he stepped 1 foot into the room and dropped all his
Oh.
rocks on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, my knock then opens the door, like, you know, pushes it the rest of the way and goes, I thought we weren't doing a sleepover.
I'll wave. Hi, Vanya.
Is this happening like as Varus is climbing out of the window, or
Varus,
is Varus
what are you
already gone at this
doing?
point?
No, this is happening as you're climbing out the window.
Varus, what are you doing?
We're not doing the sleepover. I'm just gonna now.
Where are you
fully
going?
Climb out. To sleep.
Up.
Why don't you guys go back to your room?
Fine. I guess.
Aiden
Let's
starts
sleep over.
gathering his rocks.
Varus
Rock
is committing to
gathering
sleeping
of
at the roof.
shame.
They don't know you guys are leaving. They're committed to sleeping on the roof at this point.
I'll reluctantly head back to our room after seriously debating the merits of climbing out the window also.
Mm-hmm.
Vanya picks up a rock or two and hands them to Aiden.
Yeah, but you guys can all go back to your respective rooms. I guess Varus is sleeping on the roof.
Vanya
Yeah.
does walk over to the window and kind of loudly says out, "They went back," and then walks away.
I don't
Doesn't wait.
trust it.
Doesn't wait for a response. Just walks away. Just let Varus know, and now is going back to bed.
Okay.
Varus says they don't trust it, whether or not Vanya hears it, and commits to sleeping on the roof.
Varus, make me a Constitution saving throw if you're sleeping on the roof.
Yay! I love Constitution.
On save. Whoa.
Con save. That's like, it's fine. I don't have a minus. in
Actually,
that.
Aiden, you also get to make me a Constitution saving throw, but for different reasons.
Awesome.
Oh, love that. That is a 16.
16. Okay. I'm gonna say you've managed to sleep on a roof before, so you're probably okay.
Yay.
Do I have advantage on saving throws?
No.
Well, that was a 4.
A 4? Okay. As the three of you are walking back to your guys' room, you see for a second, Aiden just glitches and sort of just turns into shadow of himself. Aiden, the rocks in your hand fall to the floor again in the hallway this time, and you're gonna take 5 points of psychic damage.
Awesome.
Did I see this or just
Whoa.
them?
You'd be in the hallway, so you probably see it too.
Aiden?
Whoa.
So,
Are you okay?
um,
I'm not a doctor, but I don't think that was a good thing.
Kruu is gonna walk up and help
Did
pick
you-
up Brock.
Did you not realize what just happened?
Aiden's just gonna gather rocks and go.
Oh. Kind of like glance at Vanya, like, just.
That didn't seem healthy.
Should we do something?
Maybe we should just try to talk to him because it seems like he is he knows something.
He's gone to bed now. I might have to wait till morning.
And he did just walk into the bedroom. You guys can follow him into the open doorway, if you so choose.
I'm going to.
I choose.
Yep.
Okay.
Should
You guys walk into the group bedroom.
Aiden?
I thought you said no sleepovers, Vanya.
I just okay.
Aiden, this
And
is a
Vanya
turning
backs
into a
out
spooky
because
shadow intervention.
she felt
No, you.
she was trying to
No,
she was trying to be
Vanya, you can
nice.
stay.
No, I already
No,
walked out.
Don't let him scare you away,
I
Vanya.
walked out.
No. Well, that wasn't very nice, Aiden.
I'm just curling up.
She's just
Kruu's
worried
gonna-
about you.
Kruu's gonna dump a bunch of rocks on Aiden's bed.
Nice.
Aiden, you're lightly sprinkled with a rain of rocks.
I sprawl them in a circle and kathunk.
Well, I guess we'll talk about it in the morning then. Huh.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Is that a knowing thing? You think? Directed at Kruu.
I do not know. I've never seen this phenomenon before.
Kind of spooky. Well, I guess we'll find out in the morning, probably.
We gonna
Yeah.
go to sleep?
Yeah, you guys can all head to bed.
Actually, I don't sleep, so
You guys all,
Go meditate.
despite sleeping on the roof, everyone
Stare at
gets
a
the
wall.
benefit of a long rest.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that damage I took.
Yeah. Um,
It's funny because the benefits of a long rest do nothing for me right now. You
yeah,
know,
you guys
besides
all,
not being exhausted. Sorry.
hooray for my spell
you
slots
guys,
back.
you guys can all wake up mid-morning. The sun is shining brightly today, sort of through the windows. You can hear there's already like people bustling down on the streets and outside. You get the feeling that this city is pretty much always has people out and about, just sort of wandering around.
Can I, from my vantage point, look around to see if I can see Lydia?
Yeah, if you're going downstairs. Oh, I guess you're on the roof.
I am on the roof, yeah.
Make me a perception check. Are you like on the front of the roof of the building, like looking out over the main street, or?
I guess.
Okay,
What am I making, sorry?
a perception check.
Perception. That's like the song. That is a 15.
A 15. You don't see Lydia in the main street below you, but there is a little kid who is like holding his mom's hand, and he points upwards at you and goes, "Mommy, mommy, look at the roof gremlin."
The what?
This
I'm
the kid.
can I like safely but quickly climb down to say hi to this kid who's clearly enamored with my shenanigans?
Are you like you're climbing down the front of the inn?
Yes.
Towards
Okay.
a mother and her child.
Yes.
I'm sure this can only go well.
You can climb down the front. What do you look like right now, Varas?
Oh shit, I'm in my changeling form, aren't I?
Varus is going to prison %.
Yeah, no, I think the last form I took was my changeling form. Yeah, okay.
Okay. I'm not even gonna make you. You climb down the roof and the side of the wall, and yeah, there's the kid and his mom. They're like partway through the street.
Excuse me, child. May I inquire as to what you just called me when you pointed at me and said something to your mother?
The kid is
Or
gonna
is that your
hide behind
sister?
his mom, and his mom is gonna turn to look at you, shocked, and sort of go, we're just gonna be on our way," and she's gonna motion for her son to leave.
Okay.
Terrorizing the populace.
I had no ill intentions. Don't know that, but still.
You crab walked
Anyway,
in front of that
since
mother
I'm
and
here,
your
I'm
son.
just gonna walk into the end through the front door now.
Anyway, when Aiden wakes up, he'll find me like a couple feet away, staring intently at him. Smile.
All right, I mean, Aiden, you wake up. There's an Alwyn in your face.
There is.
I'm just
You
staring.
good?
Uh-huh. Are
Okay.
you?
Maybe.
I'm watching to make sure you don't turn into a shadow again, or whatever that was.
I wish I had an idea.
You've
I'm
been
gonna
clear all
gather my
night.
rocks.
What was that? About? And like, why didn't you want to talk about it?
Aiden shrugs and just is generally tired.
Okay, that's a very nonchalant way to approach phasing out of existence.
I guess I wish I knew more.
Well, do you know anything?
I have ideas. I don't like to make baseless
Maybe.
assumptions.
Is it anything we can help with?
Definitely not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You might be surprised. I'm quite resourceful at times.
I see.
Hmm.
Still no.
Oh. Well, all right then. I'll like sort of step away, but continue to vaguely stare at Aiden from like the other side of the room.
Congrats,
Ca-
Aiden. You have an Alwyn staring at you.
It's casual staring instead of competitive staring now.
Mhm.
As I'm entering the inn through the front door, do I see Lydia now, or
You're walking through. No, you don't see Lydia yet.
okay? Cool. I'm just gonna sit down then.
Yeah, you can find a table, sit down.
You think Varus is off the roof yet?
I don't see why they wouldn't be.
Should we go check?
Which way are you checking?
I can check the roof.
Hmm. Fair.
Actually, maybe we should check their room first.
Hmm.
Plus, that window's already open.
I mean, you can go and
That'd
check
be-
Varus's room.
Yeah, I want to go
There's-
check Varus's room.
There's no one in there. The window's still open.
Okay, can I lean out the window and see how much, if I can see any
Are you
sign
going
of
to? Are you
Varus on the roof?
Are you trying to see if you can see on top of the roof from
Not
below
the
the
whole
roof?
thing, but just like if I can lean out the. And depends on the shape of the building. You don't know.
You lean out the window. You can see the like overhang that is the roof above you, but you don't see any sign of Varus.
I'll call out Varus. Are you up there?
You get silence.
I'm gonna climb up on the roof or attempt to.
Okay. Make me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Yeah, sleep is weird. I bet Varus is asleep and just not answering me. I don't really get it, but. Ooh.
We've been
Hold
here not even
Please hold,
one
please
night,
hold,
and
please hold.
we have multiple party members crawling on the walls.
What were the two options? Sorry,
Acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah.
we got a solid 9.
Oh no. Okay. You start to climb out this window and you like try to reach for the roof overhang and you miss, and you start falling.
Oh, excellent.
Not free.
How much time do I have to react before I'm going to hit the ground?
I'm giving you the equivalent of an action.
A whole action, excellent.
Yep.
No time, not really time for immovable rod tech, really. Do I want to burn a wild shape or just hit the ground? I think I'm just gonna like attempt to catch myself on the side of the building.
Okay. How do you think an immovable rod works? Now I'm confused.
I thought you have to take it out and then it's also an action to push the button.
I'm not gonna make you take an action to pull something out of your bag.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna try that then. I'm just gonna take it out and try to push the button and hold on to it with both hands.
Okay, yeah, you take out the immovable rod, you click the button, the rod locks in place in the air where you're falling. Make me a strength check.
Oh boy. That's a 2.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay. So you're about one story down at this point. You click the button, the immovable rod sort of like starts, solidifying in midair. You try to continue to hold on to this thing, and you just like cannot like grasp with your momentum, and you keep falling, and the rod stays in place in the air.
That tracks. Did it at least slow me down?
A little bit.
Okay, well that's better than nothing. Am I still close enough to the building to attempt to like grab onto something?
No, but I'll let you be shape if you want to.
How far off the ground am I at this point?
A story.
I think it's fine. I think I'll just hit the ground.
Okay. Oh, Oof. Okay. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you smash into the ground from a story up.
That's more than I expected.
This
But I
sends
can't
Vanya running out of her
shape into
room.
anything that I can't shape into anything that can fly anyway. So like,
There's a very loud crash that happens outside.
Oh no, Alwyn took a tumble.
oh,
Vanya goes
Varus
downstairs.
just assumes it's one of their party members and just stays sat down.
Vanya goes downstairs to try to
Oh,
see if she
you
can
can't
see
hear it from
anything.
in the end, Vars.
Really? A crash like that? Okay, fair enough. Never mind then.
well, it's like I hit a street. It's not like.
I guess, yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of lay there for a minute. I'm gonna take 5.
I'm gonna go up to Alwyn and use lay on hands to heal him for 12
Are
points
you like
damage.
going all the way down the stairs, Kruu? Or-
Yes, I am running down the stairs.
Okay.
I'm
Past
Vars,
Varus.
Vars, you
What
going
happened?
wee.
What happened?
Vars, what you see is Kruu waddling at top speed down the stairs and all the way through the middle of the inn, yelling wee woo all the way outside.
Why do I travel with these people?
All right, Krew's gonna place his hands on the stationary Alwyn.
All right, Kruu.
No
Ow.
falling.
Yeah, I'll take that under advisement for next time. That was not fun.
Did
And I
Kruu
still don't
notice
even
me
know
as
if
he's
Varus
running
is-
past?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, and I still don't even know if Varus is on the roof or not. I'm gonna have to go back up there.
You have to get your rod.
Yeah, I have to do that too.
Yeah,
I'm just
your
kind of like
rod
laying on the
is-
ground staring at it.
Yeah, it's just floating in the air above you, about a story up.
Huh. No chance you could reach that, Kruu. Is there?
Let me see. Krew's gonna take off all of his armor and like put his bag down and just all this stuff that he's carrying on him. And then he's gonna attempt to fly up to the rod.
Yep.
It's gonna take him like 3 minutes to just get like everything open.
I will lay here on the ground the whole time.
Oh, and a pile of like Kruu stuff slowly.
The whole time I'm just going,
accumulates next to
1
you.
second. Just a
I'll watch
moment,
your
1
stuff. I got
second.
you. Yeah, no worries, no rush.
All right.
And sorry, how much was
I'm gonna
that?
fly up to the rod and try to grab it and push the button with my beak.
Yeah, Kruu, I don't remember what check we were having you make for flying stuff.
We were doing
but-
acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Okay, yeah, make me an
Acrobatics
acrobatics
sounds
check
right,
to get
yeah.
up there and
Or we could do a religion check.
we're gonna do acrobatics.
You'd like that, wouldn't you,
But
my
I'm
boy?
God's gift.
It's literally I can believe
Okay.
I believe I can fly. It's straight up. It's perfect.
21.
21. Yeah, you managed to flap your way up to this rod. It's not like too terribly high in the sky. It's only like about a story, so it's like a second cruise distance up in the air. But you flap really hard and you can manage to like cling on to it, sort of.
Am I able to push the button while holding it?
Yeah, you can push the button. You push the button and the rod is immediately, just a rod in your hands and you start falling as well.
Okay, I'm gonna just flap my wings very dramatically to break my fall.
You can dramatically flap your
kind of
wings and
land.
you land on the ground, okay.
I've retrieved
Thanks,
your
Kruu.
rod.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
I did not fancy jumping out of the window to get that again. Ow. Actually, how much was lay on hands, by the way? I forgot to change my HP.
12. I healed you for 12.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, you are back to max.
Hooray! Right as rain. Okay. How are we gonna check to see if Varus is on the roof? Maybe we should go ask Aiden and Vanya, see if they have any idea.
Can at this
Can I use
exact
can I
moment-
use divine sense to locate?
Oh no, I had something way funnier in mind.
Okay.
Can I just at this point be like have enough have had enough,
gotcha.
yes, thank you. Of not knowing why the fuck Kruu was going wee woo, and just kinda just be behind them both. Can I do that?
Make me a stealth check.
Oh, excellent. I love stealth checks. They're my favorite. That's a 19.
Okay, two of you make me perception checks.
Oh god. 8.
I want
Nat
you to know-
21.
Oh, damn.
Alright. Kruu, you watched Varas just walk up to you guys and stand kind of behind you. Alwyn, you're just kind of looking at the sky still.
Oh, hey, Hope.
I'm just gonna ignore Kruu and lean over Owen. What are you doing on the floor, champ?
Sorry, not now, Varus. I'm trying to figure out how to tell if Varus is on the roof or not.
Oh, I think the best way is to climb from here back onto the roof.
Maybe. That didn't go so well for me last time, though.
Well, didn't Varus teach you how to, like, do all this, like, stealthy rogue stuff? Like, surely it's fine.
That's true.
Kruu is watching
Like-
this conversation and is thinking,
Later.
"Oh God, he has brain damage."
Later, contemplate for a minute. 30, 45 seconds later, gonna, like, rapidly blink a couple times and go, wait. Hold on.
Owen, I fear you may be concussed.
You might be right. Hi, Varus.
You still need help finding Varus?
No, I think I'm good.
Good.
Probably.
Varus is just kind of laugh to themselves as they walk back into the inn.
Huh.
Uh,
Well, that solves that problem, I suppose. I'm hungry. I want food.
Yeah. You guys can go head on into the inn.
Let's go get breakfast, Kruu.
Sure thing.
Appreciate the help.
Of course.
Yeah. Walking in there, it's not as crowded as it was last night. You can tell it's just sort of the people groggily coming down from upstairs. Mostly just the people who stayed here. Vanya and Aiden, you guys are welcome to come downstairs as well. Yeah, there's lots of open tables. You can just sort of pick your poison. And there's a couple of waitresses, a lot less than last night, just sort of walking around. And they'll take your order.
Aiden's gonna stay in the room. And,
in a Tim has to go way, or
well, yeah, but like
yeah.
making it characterized and like dwell on the queen's quote blessing thing and everything that's happening to him, and take the day to kind of decide what to do.
Okay. Yeah, noticeably, Aiden does not come downstairs. And if you have to go, Tim, then have a good night.
Good night, Tim.
Bye, Tim.
Wow.
Bye, Tim.
Ah.
Anyways, yeah, you guys can order whatever food you're looking for. If there's something in particular, feel free.
Kruu is gonna order strawberry shortcake.
Aiden didn't come downstairs. I wonder if they went looking for Varus too. Probably not.
Owen, were you
have a
dropped
cruise
on your
happening,
head as a
sounds good.
child?
I don't think so. I
He
did
was
just
drunk
fall
his
on
head
it, though.
recently.
Yeah.
Right. No, okay.
Okay.
Kind of your fault.
Side note, is Vanya here?
Yes. Sorry. You guys were really having a moment, so I just didn't want to
Sorry.
interrupt.
No, you're good.
We have a thing for
Uh,
jumping out of windows. it seems.
Let it be known. Mirabelle here's strawberry shortcake if you're down there, Vanya, and she pokes her head out from behind your hair and just starts like putting her face to yours.
Hi.
You think she wants shortcake? It's kind of hard to tell.
Probably. It's very aggressive, Mirabelle. Maybe, like, back it up just a little bit, please.
I'm sorry. I got really excited.
Yeah.
She'll she'll still be staring at you, but she'll like scooch back, so now she's sitting more on the table.
Yeah, she would like some cake, please.
A third order of cake.
Okay. Yeah, the waitress will take notes. Then I don't know if anyone else has anything they in particular would like to order, but she'll scurry off into the back and get you guys
Just
standard
the
breakfast as
cake.
well. Okay.
Has anyone seen Lydia around?
It's funny, as
No,
you're saying
I
that, with your back to the door, Alwyn, everyone else can see Lydia walking through the door.
Alwyn the inobservant.
Lydia
Yeah,
will wave
anyone?
at you guys as she walks up.
I will
Well, has
wave in return.
Hi,
Has
Lydia.
anyone seen her?
She's right there, Alwyn.
No, haven't the foggiest. I make the shush motion to Lydia and like point at Alwyn and make the shush motion again, hoping she'll get the message.
Who are you shushing?
My demons, my inner thoughts, they're very
She's
loud
gonna look
today.
at you confused and
That's a little
pull
weird.
out the chair next to Alwyn and sit down.
Does Alwyn notice?
Oh, hey, Lydia. Have you seen... Wait. Wait.
Have I seen who?
Never mind. Good morning.
He was
Good
gonna
morning.
ask. He was gonna ask if you've seen yourself because he was just talking about you.
Good things, I hope. She'll say, like, reaching into her bag and starting to pull out some papers.
Kick Varas under the table.
It never gets old.
I hope you all rested well.
Despite the almost forced sleepover, yes, I believe. Oh, yeah.
Can't complain.
She'll give you a little bit of a look, but she won't ask any questions. She's gonna start handing out, like, basically, like, little stacks of paper. Each of them have, like, about 2 or 3 pages to each of you. I noticed you're one person down. Is there someone I can give the extra paperwork to, just in case?
Oh, yeah, where
I'm
is
his
Aiden?
roommate. I can hold on to it.
Okay, sure. She'll hand you an extra set of paperwork, Kruu.
Okay, I'll put it in the bag.
I don't know. He
Yeah,
was
so
really mean
these
last
are just
night.
our consulting papers. You can feel free to take a look through them, but basically it just states that we're allowed to share information with you, but you're not allowed to share it with sort of any outside parties. We are allowed to, well, you're not allowed to demand compensation if you get hurt on the job, but it sort of depends as to what degree and if it's a situation where the active person that you are chasing is causing you harm. There's a little bit of a workaround for that. We can talk about it if that's a concern for you guys. But it also has sort of all of your fees listed out for you. The 50 gold if you make a good dent in the case, the 200 gold each if you actually bring in the murderer, as well as the paperwork that you guys requested, and 2 rocks for Kruu.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Kruu stares at
course.
the paper and just nods, like, appreciatively.
You work fast. Wow.
Varus is going to meticulously study this documentation.
Yeah. Do you want to make me an investigation check if you're carefully reading through this document?
I would love to, bestie.
Kruu is not going to make an investigation check. He has absolutely no doubt that this is what the contract says.
See-
True.
Seeing Varus do it, I actually would like to copy them on it.
Yeah.
That's
Anyone
a 13.
wants to can make me an investigation check.
Just to look like I know what I'm doing.
Not even actually doing it, just to look like you know what you're doing.
No, I'm going to do it, but, you know.
Fair.
But I have good news. So you said investigation, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 1, which is in fact a natural 1. So
Okay.
Nice.
There are words on this paper. Surely you look like you're reading them. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'd like
Yep.
to imagine the paper's upside down.
17.
It might be.
17. Okay. Varus, you take a look at these papers, and it seems pretty standard affair for the most part, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Vanya, reading through these papers, everything does seem to be in order. She was correct that you really don't get any compensation if you are hurt on the job for the most part, unless it is in a situation where she specifically or like one of the officers of the bureau is like asking you to put yourself in harm's way. It's kind of like a you choice, how deep into this investigation you get and how far you put yourself into danger. So they're not taking any liability for that. Other than that, like everything else seems to be laid out pretty much in order. It is very clear to you reading this that if you do not like bring in the murderer, like get them behind bars in the bureau's office, then you are not getting sort of the 200 gold promise and along with Kruu's rocks and the papers that you requested. The action is bringing in the person to complete sort of the whole documents.
Okay.
That's just how Varus took it from the verbal, like, what was said, to be fair.
Yeah. But the rest seems to be in order.
Having stared
Right.
at his paper quite thoughtfully,
Yeah.
everything seems to be in order here. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. If you guys could just sign on the last page and then give me back copies of the paper. I can make copies for you if you guys would like copies as well.
That would be great.
Kruu
thank
will
you.
sign and ask for a copy as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
Varus is going to sign this and blah,
I
blah,
would.
blah.
Yeah, I will sign mine, hand it back, and say, "But yes, I would appreciate a copy, please. You know,
Yeah.
so I
She
have it for
will-
reference later."
She will pull from her bag what looks to be like a small metal cylinder, of which she will pass the papers through, and on the other side, a second copy of the paper appears, and she'll hand you guys each a copy.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's cool.
Neat.
She'll
I'm just
kind of
going
like
to put that in the fish bag.
she'll look at it and look at you. It's just bureau standard issued.
Does that work on things other than papers?
No, just papers.
Okay, it's still cool though.
She'll kind of laugh. I suppose it is. I never really thought about it before.
Hypothetically, if I wanted one, where would I get one?
You could probably purchase it from a magic supply store.
Excellent, thank you.
I'm so sorry. I would say he doesn't get out much, but he's a druid. He gets out a bit too much, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I see.
I got out a window this morning.
Yeah?
Come again?
I got out a window this morning.
He was looking for me, it seems.
He
I
took a tumble.
I see. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. Kruu fixed me up.
I think he has irreversible brain damage.
I've been thinking that for the past... How long have we known each other, Alwyn?
Owen's gonna start counting on his fingers.
You see what I mean?
A while,
Yeah, a while. You heard.
give or take,
Give or take how much?
a little.
A while. Give or take a little.
At this point, the waitress will come back with the strawberry shortcake for all of you guys. She already has an extra one in her hand, which she'll place in front of Lydia, and she'll give her a wink and walk away.
Damn. Waitress got the hearts for Lydia.
Lydia doesn't seem too phased. She just starts eating the cake.
I'd like to try my strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, this is pretty good strawberry shortcake.
Vanya,
You don't think it's the best strawberry shortcake you've ever had, but it's pretty good.
Vanya pulls Mirabelle down to her plate.
Mirabelle's so excited. She does like a little circle on the table, and then she like looks at you and looks at the cake and looks at you like she's like getting permission.
I nod.
She like dives into this cake. Like full send if you let her, she will hollow out the inside of this cake and like eat it inside out.
I have created a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As she's doing this between cake bites too, she's like, Vanya's the best! Vanya gets us all very good cake! This cake is very good. Vanya, do you want some?
I will get my own slice. Do not worry.
That's how you know it's.
Excellent.
That's how you know it's good though. Mirabelle Mirabelle's in a good enough mood to be willing to share cake.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That is true.
Must be good. Actually, it is pretty good cake.
Yeah, I like the cake here, Lydia will say. They tend to rotate flavors every couple of weeks.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
I
not
think
sure
it's
if we'll
just
be in
chef's
town
choice.
that long.
Yeah,
But if we
we'll
are,
have solved the case before the next rotation, methinks.
before the night, you didn't figure it out yet?
I've got some running theories.
What are your theories, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, the same animal wouldn't wait so long between attacks if it were just truly attacking at random. Furthermore, what? It's just an animal of such nature getting into someone's home to attack them. It just doesn't seem at all likely. I think we're either dealing with someone with an animal familiar of some sort or a druid. That's just what I'm thinking without really seeing anything though, just based on what you told us last night.
She'll nod. I think we very well could be. To be honest, we did start looking into people who owned animals as well. But we haven't really made any great leads there.
So likely the second option. Alright. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, she'll finish up the last of her strawberry shortcake as Mirabelle's also finishing hers. I can take you over to the scene now if you'd like to see it.
Varus just looks at everyone.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Lydia will lead you out into the street. She'll sort of hang a left and go back towards the main street. You guys walk for a decent distance, probably like 15 minutes or so more towards the center of town before she hangs a right and sort of goes a little bit more towards the edge of the city. This area around you is a fairly nice area in the city, it seems. Like, you could kind of tell the city has like districts of some sort. Like, the vibes of the homes sort of change in quality, and where shops are sort of kind of disappear and peter out in this area. But the homes here all seem pretty nice. There are well-dressed people kind of milling around. And you guys approach a sort of tall-looking house that has a nice front garden and a little gate, which she'll swing open, and she'll sort of motion you guys towards the front door.
Hmm.
This is the place.
I see.
You're more
There-
than welcome to take a look around. Everything, including the front garden, is preserved as we found it.
Excellent. Just from like cursory examination, is there anything that's like seems notably different about this house from any of the like nearby?
Roll me an investigation check.
All right. Oh, let's go. We're not throwing anymore. 17.
17. You'd say the house itself looks pretty much standard fare. If you're looking at the garden in comparison to sort of the gardens of the people around you, this garden seems wildly unkept. Like, it seems kind of overgrown, and like the plants are all nice, but it doesn't look like anyone has bothered to take care of the garden quite a bit.
I'll just like ask Lydia, is there any sort of rules around here for garden maintenance? This seems a little off compared to the others we've walked past.
She'll take a glance at the garden. Not as far as I know. It's just sort of up to the homeowner, I think.
I see. Okay.
But she'll start walking up to the front door.
Okay.
Yeah, and she'll just open it. It's a push inward door. But she'll motion you guys over to the living room. It's sort of a front room that's to the right of the door in front of a big set of glass windows. And you can very much see the body that's on the floor in front of you. It looks to be what's left of a male human. fairly tall, actually, but it's kind of hard to tell because it's just kind of covered in these big gouging scratch marks and bite marks all across the skin.
Oh my.
Hmm.
Can I make a check to see if I recognize the creature that these marks could have come from?
Sure, you can roll me an investigation check for anyone who's looking.
I was gonna say I would also like to.
I rolled a 2.
It's
That's a
16.
19.
certainly a creature. 16. These claw marks are pretty large to be like anything like below like hip level, so you'd say like a dog is probably too small or something like that. But you'd also say like it's not something that's bigger than a human, you don't think. Just size-wise, like it doesn't make sense for these scratch marks to be anything that's sort of larger than that.
Hmm.
19 Varus is what you said?
Yeah.
These bite marks, although some of them look to be like potentially like almost dog-like in nature, like a canine, some of them kind of seem humanoid.
The field mouse got him.
Oh, and I don't think a field mouse got him.
Like maybe a really big one.
Wait, which marks look humanoid?
Some of the bite marks. If Varus is pointing that out, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pointing that out.
But
I
Lydia will
see.
sort of gesture around the place. I'm
Maybe
gonna
now.
step outside if you guys don't mind, but you're welcome to sort of poke around any of the house, investigate as you see fit. Just let me know what you guys find.
Will do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is
And
there any
Varus-
like
Go
sign
ahead.
of like a break-in around the?
Yeah, make me an investigation check.
Maybe hopefully it's not a 2 this time. It's a 3.
Oh my
no.
fucking god.
If I
Anyone
notice
else
Kruu
looking?
searching around for that, I was gonna say, can I aid in his
Yeah,
quest?
and anyone who wants to.
Which check?
Oh,
Investigation. You're gonna be making a lot of those.
I'm not in much better shape. I got a 6.
12.
12?
12.
12
yeah.
is enough to see that, as far as you can tell, not only are there no signs of a break-in, but there's not really signs of a struggle either. You see the windows are perfectly intact. There's nothing that looks like it like sort of knocked the door down or in or anything. And there's no sign that the body actually was like moved or relocated.
Is there any visible like damage or even like rearrangement of surrounding household items, furniture and the like?
You can make me an investigation check just to like sort of see what's around you.
Well, that's a 2. So
18.
18.
okay, that's a little better.
Vanya, you don't think anything around you is damaged, at least looking around. But there does seem to be like a pile of sort of different papers and stuff that are on the table next to sort of where this body is.
Can I rummage through the papers?
Sure. You find a couple of things in the papers. You find a couple of letters that seem to just be, standard notices for the neighborhood. A couple that seem to be overdue payment notes for the house. You only see like one or two of those. And then you also find a set of tickets for what appears to be a local circus for tomorrow night.
Oh. Okay.
I would like to follow Lydia and inquire some more about things and stuff.
Okay. We'll deal with the people investigating the house first, and then I'll let you talk to
Yeah,
Lydia.
How
for
many?
sure.
How many tickets was it?
There are 6 tickets.
My, quite a few. Hmm.
Do I see a calendar or anything maybe nearby?
Yeah, there's one hanging on the wall, sort of back on the far side of the room. You can go look at.
I'm gonna go look at the calendar.
Yeah. Tomorrow is circled on the calendar in red. There's nothing actually written on the calendar itself. But it's just a big red circle around the date.
Is there any like notebook or anything, like almost like an address book or something nearby, like that maybe would be visible? Or like someone's name written
Um,
down with a number?
Not that you can see. I will say if you flip over those tickets though, you can tell that they say season pass holder on the back of them.
Oh.
If you are looking like further for like a journal or like a notebook of some kind, you can't really find anything of those, but you do manage to find a flyer, that is for the circus itself. Um, it's sort of like depicted in big letters that the circus comes once a year to the far side of town. And it boasts a bunch of trapeze artists, fortune tellers, and exotic animals.
Hmm.
I wonder how long ago was the last murder before this one? I like look at Alwyn and Kruu and see if they remember.
Don't recall if it was said. We have to ask Lydia.
Because I have a theory.
You guys could call out the door that. I'll let you guys sort of yell out the door and ask her.
Hey Lydia, when was the last murder before this one?
About 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Can I just look around for anything that would give me a better idea of who the just more information on the actual like victim slash homeowner themselves,
Sure. Are you staying
assuming
in
they're the
this
same
room?
person.
Yeah, are you staying in this
Um,
room? Or are you going somewhere else?
I will explore a bit, look for like an office or a study, perhaps.
Okay. Um, yeah, you can head sort of upstairs in search of a study. You do find one. It's sort of like a study and a bedroom kind of put into one room in the back of the room. There's lots of books that are sort of lining the walls. You see again piles of paperwork. Most of it is just like what appears to be like random communications between various people. It doesn't seem like it's anything but notices from the neighborhood for the most part. There's a bunch of sort of glasses that are sprawled all over the room. Glasses as in like water glasses, not pairs of
Yeah.
glasses. Um, and you do find, actually, make me an investigation check for this.
9.
9. Okay, I will say most of these notes are addressed to someone by the name of Gilbert.
As in from neighborhood whatever
To
to.
Gilbert. Yep.
Okay. Can I skim a couple of them to get an idea of their contents, assuming they're similar?
Sure. They seem to be kind of wide ranging. Some of them are giving him notices about upkeep of his garden. Some of them are giving notices about how he hasn't attended like the local HOA meetings. Some of them are notices that are saying like, hey, you have to like attend this household meeting if you haven't met the minimum payment requirement for the neighborhood, or so and so has to like. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge mess in here.
Okay. Gilbert, huh? Just out of curiosity, can I look around for anything that would indicate reasonably frequent correspondence with any other individuals,
Sure, make
as
me another
opposed to
investigation check.
15?
15. Yeah. If you open up one of the desk drawers, in like the second drawer down, you find a stack of notes. That seems to have been kept like nicely in a separate box, unlike all the papers that are sort of strewn around. Um, and a lot of them seem to be almost you would call them love letters. With someone who is signing the name L.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go in search of the rest of the crew,
Yeah.
the rest of the scepters.
But yeah, you can find them. They're all downstairs.
Okay. Vanya, have you communicated circus ticket information yet? Actually,
Yeah,
I suppose you wouldn't have had the
I
chance. Probably.
communicated. I was communicating when I was finding stuff to you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Just my,
Cool.
yeah.
It's weird that the first thing that stood out to me was season pass for a circus that's in town once a year.
Yeah, I'm confused by that, but also I'm not from here, so
Seems like a scam.
I guess you could go like more than once in the period they're here.
I guess so. Free
Little
entry
weird.
once you for just one ticket.
Tickets were in an envelope, right? Or just
Yes.
stack of paper? Okay, envelope.
They were in an envelope that was unaddressed. It was sort of a blank envelope.
Okay, unmarked envelope. Okay. Season pass. Been received. I now have questions for Lydia, but we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
If anyone else has like anything they want to look at in the meantime,
not particularly.
thinking about this.
I've just been waiting.
Yeah, we can flip over to Varas for a second while you guys think about
Yeah.
it. Varas, what are you asking Lydia about?
So first I'm just gonna call that. Hey Lydia, can I have a moment of your time, actually?
Oh, sure, no problem. What's up? She'll sort of go to sit on the front step and she'll motion if you want to join her.
I was actually gonna bring her over back towards the body, actually. Could you just follow me for a moment?
Sure, no problem. Lydia will go back into the room with you.
So I'll crouch down and like gesture at various parts of the body, specifically where I saw the bite marks and how some of them seem more humanoid. And I'll point this information out, and I'll say, "Now I'm not quite sure. I've never seen one in my lifetime. I'm not even sure if they're real. But have you ever heard of a creature known as a werewolf?"
You're referring to lycanthropes? Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yes. Well, they come in various forms, is my understanding. I'm specifically referring to the wolf variety here. You see where these teeth marks, they seem kind of canine in nature, but they're far too big to be a dog. And maybe even a regular wolf. But then you see these teeth marks, they almost seem humanoid, no?
Maybe. I could see that being a possibility. But what do you make of the clean cut on the neck?
I haven't quite got that far yet. It's puzzling me, but I've started thinking about it because of my earlier suggestion. It could be a druid of some kind, but I don't think it could be. And if it is, I think we've got a bigger problem than these murders. Because I would, based on my own experiences traveling with a druid, I would say they'd have to be quite skilled and powerful to pull something like this off, especially so consistently.
Am I in earshot of this?
Yeah, you are.
Hey. I could
Can
probably do that if I wanted to.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
do it right now. Show me.
I
Maybe let's
don't
not.
want to. I'm not big on eating people.
Hmm.
No eating.
Well,
Yeah, it's kind of a joke, but actually, like, you know, on a technical level, I could. It would just require me to want to eat people with human teeth, which is probably not a thing I would enjoy doing.
Fair.
I remembered the other thing I wanted to ask or investigate, actually, with respect to the corpse, by the way.
yeah, well, what is it?
Which is just whether or not I can ascertain which of these would have been actually the fatal wound and or the order they were inflicted, like bite and scratch marks or clean cut. Which came first and which was lethal, if I can figure
Sure.
out either.
Make me an investigation check.
Nat 20.
Not
Damn.
20. Okay. You know that the cut on the neck was what was fatal. You think that all of the bite and scratch marks happened first.
Okay. Cool. So I'll just like point out it. So actual cause of the mauling aside, the clean cut on the neck is particularly interesting because it seems like that was the fatal wound. So
Really?
I would, at least that's what it looks like to me. Which means I would expect that whoever did this was in a lucid state
And
when
with a
they
weapon of
actually
some kind.
did the murder. Whether or not they're also the same person responsible for the bite and scratch marks is debatable. Hard to say, really. But if it were a lycanthrope, as I understand it, aside from the fact that typically their transformations are not particularly controllable, I believe it's typical for them to be somewhat of non-sound mind at well transformed. So
Well, that's the thing, my dear Alwyn. Elementary, you see. You see these more humanoid bite marks. I believe that if we are dealing with a lycanthrope, that they de-transformed, as it were, as these more humanoid bite marks were formed, and this cut here could, in fact, be such a person coming to and panicking and realizing this person is not dead. They need to finish what they started, whether they want to or not.
it's possible.
Alwyn,
was
were you
thinking
looking?
it's-
Sorry, go ahead, Kruu.
Sorry. I was thinking it was possible that maybe were multiple assailants.
That could also be the
Yeah, that
case.
was my first thought. Varus' theory could still be correct, but multiple assailants is also
Hmm.
a possibility here.
Multiple assailants, or at the very least, a changeling.
Hey, I know one of those.
Changeling? What are you insinuating, my dear Kruu?
That it's either multiple people or a changeling.
Alwyn, were you taking a closer look at the slash across the neck?
Ideally, yes.
Okay, with your nat 20, I would say that you know that this is done with a knife or like a blade of some kind.
Okay.
Make me a check if you're looking closer at that.
I would love to. What flavor of check? Investigation still, or
I'll let you do investigation or arcana.
Ooh.
they're the same. So 15.
15. You see what looks to be remnants of shadow magic in the
Wait a
in the
fucking
wound.
second.
Kind of squint at it a little closer. Then I'll kind of squint at Varus.
What are you squinting at?
Nothing in particular. I think I'm picking up traces of shadow magic in here, which is quite interesting.
Lydia, would it be possible if we were to have such an item of similar quality to perhaps maybe perhaps go to wherever the analyzation isn't a fucking word, Yuri. Of the bodies to see if they could perhaps compare such a thing. Fuck, I lost my train of thought.
If you're wanting more reports on the bodies, I can try and go pull them for you.
Yes.
This would be helpful.
Yeah, that
In
would be
advance of that,
helpful.
you did mention, if I'm not mistaken, that this is the first one to have a wound of this nature, though the rest were entirely bite, claw marks, that sort of.
That's
more of a.
correct as far as we can tell.
And when did the first murder happen?
3 months ago.
Reasonably extended period. Can we take a look at the circus tickets things to get a sense? Did they say anywhere on them how long the circus is actually around for?
Yeah, they have dates at the bottom. It looks like it's about a span of 5 months.
When did they get here?
Roughly 3 months ago.
Oh my gosh, wait, maybe my
Bingo.
theory. It's back on the table.
Let's go.
Sorry, I clunked out for a second. What are we discovering?
say,
What are we
I'm
let's
getting-
going?
The circus has been is a 5-month period and has been in town for 3 months, which is coincidentally how long ago the first murder happened.
What kind of
Oh,
once a year
yeah,
in
okay,
town
we're all on
circus? The
board.
once a year is 5 of the months.
Are you
False
asking this?
advertising. Uh, you know what? Yeah.
I
Kinda
think it's
circus
best that we visit this circus.
That seems wise. Would like to. I'll just point out to Lydia. It could be coincidence, but these were among the things on the victim's desk, um, and the timing coincidentally seems to line up with the beginning of your
Have you
string of murders. No?
investigated the circus at all?
No, we had a couple of people that looked into some of their exotic beasts when we were looking for matches to the bites and scratch marks, but we didn't quite see anything that matched. But you're more than welcome to go take a look yourselves as well.
Because if the beast was there, the beast wasn't a beast. Nailed it.
Yeah, the circus is quite odd, I've heard. I've never gone myself, but they tend to phase in and out of time, is what I've heard.
What?
Love that for us.
Come again?
Yeah, apparently they're like half in this plane and half in a different one. I'm not quite sure how it works. I've had it explained to me and I still can't quite wrap my head around it.
That sounds
In-
vaguely familiar.
Interesting. What kind of people run it?
Lycanthropes.
Various drow for the most part. There's a couple of elves, some fae, a little bit of a mix.
Gotcha. Uh, just off the top of your head, do you remember what kind of animals they kept from the report?
Oh, there was a mix of exotic creatures. I don't know. I'd have to pull a list. They had quite a few.
Okay, no worries then.
Yeah.
It's probably worth us going to take a look.
If you show up and you tell them you're with the bureau, they should just let you in.
Excellent.
She's gonna look at the tickets in your hand. Do you mind if I scan those actually?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, she'll take them and she's gonna pull out that metal cylinder again and she's gonna run them through that. She'll hand the tickets back to you.
Logistically speaking. I'm just saying, that's probably fraud, but like, whatever.
Well, we're not gonna use them. They're very obviously
It's just
copies.
funny. Oh, okay. I understand. Gotcha.
It's like holding a piece of cardboard versus holding a piece of like normal printer paper.
Gotcha. When you said they were going in the copier, I just sort of made the assumption that they were also like paper and therefore copyable. Anyway.
They're much more like you know how you get like
Yeah,
a
like if
like
you
ticket
actually
in the
put them through
lottery.
a
Yeah.
photocopier kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
gotcha. Okay. Anyway. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask. I'm sure you all have looked some into the victim. Do you know if he had any connection? I mean, this is a lot of tickets for one person. So, did you guys discover any connections? Anyone that he might have had 6 tickets to this circus for?
When you get a season pass with the circus, it comes with 10 tickets.
So he's given 4 out.
Interesting. Or
Yes, it seems so, or he's been multiple times.
they are still consumed. Okay, understood. Picking up how it works. Okay. No connection to the others.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you'd happen to know off the top of your head if any of the other victims would have had any connection to the circus in any way or have visited it.
We did find some that had at least visited the circus. Others who we couldn't find enough information to see if they'd been there or not. The circus might have a more comprehensive list, but when we originally arrived, they were sort of pulling that paperwork for us. For the most part, people don't really provide their last names when they enter the circus, so it's kind of sifting through a list of first names, which can only get you so far.
Understandable.
But yeah, we did talk to his neighbors though. They were very nice people. They said that he didn't really tend to leave his house much unless it was in the evening. Like they saw him going out in the early evening and sometimes coming back as late as mid-morning.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
So circus shows would fit at least some of that ticket.
Does it say on the ticket like what time the show happens? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, it runs from about 5 p.m. until like 1 a.m. or so.
Gotcha.
Awfully suspicious timing for a circus.
I mean, it's not that weird.
What time?
Long.
What was the time?
5 p.m. until 1
5
a.m.
p.m. till 1 a.m.
8-hour shows, kind of crazy.
Oh, it's not just one show. I mean, they have the big top tent, but it's a little bit of everything under the sun. They have vendors and fortune tellers and
Oh, I
a bit of
see.
everything.
Well, that's
Okay,
what it
so more
sounded like
like
to me from the first
carnival
description.
vibes than actual like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mix. People mostly go for the big event though.
Understood.
Well,
Hmm.
To the circus!
hmm.
Yeah, if there's not anything else, I'll
Maybe.
get everything closed up behind us.
Yeah, that works for me.
That covers it. Guess we could, if we wanted to, do one last walkthrough of the house, see if there's anything of note or any
Sure, let's
you know,
that maybe is
potentially
smart.
interesting rooms we wouldn't have come across yet.
Sure, if you guys want to walk through the house and make me some last investigation checks.
Yeah, just have a look-see, make sure we didn't miss any fun rooms, perhaps, or useful ones, I suppose.
A
Yeah.
9.
9. You don't think that you really missed much.
Okay, well, light work for you because I also got a 9. So
You guys don't think you missed a whole lot, so
okay,
Yippee.
I think that covers it then.
alrighty. Well, you guys are welcome to come back here. Just make sure you give me some notice, although we'll be relocating the body this evening, so it'll just
Okay.
be the house as it stands until we find his next of kin.
Hmm.
Oh, that's actually another question I could ask. I'm aware the other murders were like it's been a reasonably long time since the most recent before this, but none of the other corpses would happen to be preserved anywhere, would they?
No, I think most of them have been buried or passed on whatever way everyone does, you know?
Understood. That's what I sort of assumed. Oh well.
Yeah. We have reports of most of them. Our team was pretty thorough in documenting what they could, though I can pull those for you if you'd like.
Yeah, that would probably be helpful.
Yeah. She'll like basically take out her own little notebook and she'll write that down.
Okay. If I hadn't solved it hours ago.
But she'll lead you guys out of the front door and sort of shut it behind you guys. I'm gonna head over to the bureau's office and sort of get this all sorted out for you. You guys are more than welcome to go take a look at the circus. Question whoever you see fit. Again, just say that you're from the bureau. I already flagged you guys as such, so you should be fine.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Thank you. Really
And with that,
appreciate the
yeah.
putting up with all our questions.
What? No, I appreciate you guys. I've been looking at this for so long. It's nice to have a set of fresh eyes. So I want to
There's a
solve
room
this
at
as much as you guys do.
I'm sure we'll get there. I can feel it.
She'll give you like a half smile. I sure hope so.
I can feel it in my bones.
But she'll wave at you guys and she'll set off down one of the streets.
I'll wave. Yes. She didn't really wave back though. She waved first. She got the jump.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does that count?
I'm gonna count it.
If it is a lycanthrope, how do we out someone as such?
Silver.
Oh god.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
that is. Yep. They
Oh.
are. What's the word?
They are repelled by silver.
Yes, it is not great for them.
Do we?
At the very least. Could be a lycanthrope, but it is also. That seems likely. The human bite marks are interesting.
They seem because what regular human would bite into a, well, not quite corpse, but and at the same
Well, they
time,
were
it's
still
such a
alive.
vicious creature. Like,
With the fact
Shadow
that there's
magic.
no
Go ahead, sorry.
with the fact that there's no sign of a break-in, I wonder if perhaps this was a person who turned into a lycanthrope, and whatever form they took as a person, they were welcome in the home. There doesn't seem to be any sign of a struggle or any sort of a break-in or anything stolen.
Yes, it does
exactly.
seem to indicate that. And on top of that,
Could that be why they have the season pass?
I was going to say, it seems like potentially this is someone that the victim would have known, given the, that the murder occurred in their own home. I'm not sure how else they'd be, without signs of struggle or anything of that nature. It would have to be someone that the victim invited into their home, essentially, which, even if it's just a person, why would you do that in the middle of the night if it wasn't someone you knew already?
Over table, did we get the full name of the victim that we were investigating? I know we got Gilbert, but did we get a full name?
I thought he
no,
was
you
writing to
just-
Gilbert.
You
He was
just
writing
got
to Gilbert? Okay. I
No,
must have
the
missed it.
HOA wrote to Gilbert, who presumably is the guy that owned the house.
Ah, okay.
Okay, I got it right then.
And Gilbert was sending love letters to and from, or receiving from someone just signing L.
Plus ratio.
No, just L.
What if the L stands for lycanthrope?
What if the
Genius.
L is a gremlin?
Damn.
Is what?
A gremlin. L?
What?
I have a feeling
Like
that whoever
Oh,
this L
the
is sits
actual.
weird.
Okay. I thought you said maybe the L is for gremlin. I was like,
No,
that's the wrong letter.
That sure would be if that was the case.
I may be
No, it's
concussed,
not.
but I'm pretty sure that's a
Gremlin
different
starts
letter.
with L.
Le Gremlin. It's French.
The L is silent.
Sacre bleu.
Oh gosh.
Um,
Shadow magic's also a useful hint. It can't be that common, especially like specifically imbued in a blade.
Yeah, I've only
Are we
seen
sure
it
you
once
didn't do this,
before.
Varus?
I was with you the whole time. This murder
Actually-
had already happened by the time we got here.
I don't know.
What about Aiden?
Can we?
What about
Think-
Aiden?
Something I found perturbing was the description of the folks at the circus. They seem to be described as undergoing what we saw Aiden undergo last night.
Perhaps they could be related.
It's all coming together.
We'll have to
Although
investigate
if the
and
blade
see.
was in similar nature to mine, that would also back up the panic thing, because then they would have easy access to a weapon they could use to behead.
Well, not behead, but
Sorry, yes, cause that cut. They would have easy access to it, regardless of if there was a weapon nearby.
yeah,
They did a little choppy.
concealed weapon, like they're a very easily concealed weapon. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like a grand piano.
I think we should throw some silver coins at Varus later just to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever once seen me transform into a creature like that?
No, but you did refuse the sleepover with them.
It's true. You were mysteriously missing last night. Suspicious.
You here's
You have
how
some silver
insane
pieces
you
in your
have.
pocket.
I'd like to take one out and throw it.
I
at
have
Varus.
silver pieces in my pocket.
Varus, you get a silver coin thrown at you.
Varus, you
Oh.
thief. Wait,
Subtracting one
I'm
from my silver
keeping
pieces.
this silver piece.
Did it hit you?
Yeah, and I'm keeping it.
I think he's clean.
I'm gonna squint at where it hit you.
It looks fine.
Okay. In the clear for now.
Are you sure? You sure you don't want to shoot me with a silver bow, a silver arrow? Like, are you sure?
Well, that that would
If
help.
Perhaps
I
bludgeon you with a silver scepter.
Ah, that could do it. Yeah, that would demonstrate pretty quickly. Yeah.
why on earth do I travel with you all? Except you, Vanya, you're fine.
I am?
Over the table, Varas has Arnold from the Magic School Bus vibes.
I don't know who that is.
Please let this be a normal field trip.
Okay, that does sound funny.
Wait, I'm fine?
Yeah, you're fine. You're normal.
Are we friends now?
Did we just become best friends?
You know, if you keep being yourself, then yes, we can be friends.
What does that mean?
Awfully cheap
Don't
coming
be
from a
like him
changeling.
or him or him back at the inn.
The one back at the end was really mean to me last night, so that's perfect.
The one back at the inn tried to kill me, so don't do that and we're peachy. Also, he's my brother, so I'm meant to hate him, I think. I'm not really sure how that works. I've never had a brother before. Well, apparently
Yeah.
I have, but... Ugh!
That's how it works.
Anyway, shall we head on?
Should we
I guess we could.
Are you still
I
convinced
gotta
I'm
look
a
at.
lycanthrope?
over the table though? Are we doing this without Tim or with Tim?
Well, it depends on where you're going.
Well, the circus part is what I'm thinking. Because if
Probably, but actually,
probably
what time of day is it right now?
probably
Pardon.
what, anyways?
Oh,
It's about midday. You'd say it's just a little bit past lunchtime. Not too far.
Okay.
so they wouldn't be open for business at
True.
least yet.
But for investigation,
For
perhaps.
investigation, maybe. But the thought occurred we could do an over the table and under the table investigation approach if we wanted to.
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, if the if the perpetrator is somebody that our friend Gilbert here knew, right? Then perhaps with his season pass tickets, we should do a little investigating without letting them know.
Mm.
Do a little disguise.
Over the table,
I
when
hear
you
you're
said
good at
over the
that.
table and under the table, I thought you were talking about like over the table, not like D&D way.
Oh.
That's why I was confused.
Whoops.
I will
Out of
say
curiosity.
my head is really
Okay.
hurting.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I will reveal as soon as you guys go to the circus, we are calling it.
Okay, I'm gonna
But-
say
Okay.
I like
Yeah,
that.
okay. Sick.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
Don't
go
worry,
to the
I was-
So let's
circus.
head back to
Okay.
the inn
above
and
above
look
DM
for
above the
Aiden.
table.
Thank
I,
you.
I
I was
would
like,
not
that's
let
more
that
why I
go
was
without
like, I
them.
don't have a lot more in me, so I really don't want to go
that's fine.
investigate.
There.
I'm fine doing
Hey
a little
guys,
bit more.
let's go
but
back
yeah.
to the inn and look for Aiden, and then we can fill him in, and then go to the circus as a big, happy, non-headache having group.
Can we make him apologize for being mean?
We
Maybe.
should.
Okay.
Two things. One, I said a message in my diary, Ella, and also, Virus. How does the how bleh. Oh my gosh, shape-shifting changeling things. How reasonable would it be, just out of curiosity, for you to mimic the appearance of Gilbert?
Oh.
This was my thought process that I thought could be kind of interesting.
Okay, this is Yuri's thought process a second. I'm pretty sure he's more to the point where I couldn't copy him.
That's what I was
Because I wouldn't
afraid
know
of.
what he looks like. But
If you saw a photo of him, then yeah, you could changeling into him. It won't be as
true.
it won't be as perfect as if you had actually seen him before, but you could get probably pretty close if you found like a replica of what he looks like.
Would that be anywhere in the report that we got from Lydia?
Ooh.
She hasn't
Or that
given
we
you guys
didn't
a
get,
report
or
yet.
that we're getting, rather.
There might
Or
be
I
some
guess
photos in the house.
we wouldn't. Back to the house.
Yeah, okay, back to the house we go.
Minor
I'll have you guys,
setback.
for the sake of Briston, make me one investigation check.
Yay,
Okay.
investigation check. I got an 8.
I got a 10. Not
I got a
ideal.
4.
I got a 12.
With a 12, Vanya can find a
Hooray.
photo of
We
Silver.
did it.
I
It is-
found it. Here's his face.
It's only from like the bust up, so you can't really tell what the rest of his body looked like, but you could mimic a face pretty well.
Well, I'm gonna like try and
I mean-
cross-reference the photo and the
was gonna
body in
say-
front of me to get a rough idea of his build, his size. Because the
was gonna
face
say-
is like the hardest thing to mimic, really. Like with the body and state it is. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, as long as you're like wearing clothes, like you kind of just gotta guesstimate for everything except kind of the head. That's kind of the most important
Yeah.
thing.
Like
Otherwise,
head
just
and frame.
proportionally, as long
Like,
as you're kind of accurate, I think you're probably fine.
yeah,
I mean, perfect would be ideal, but
perfect's not possible, so
yeah.
I think I could get pretty damn good though. Fooling
Hopefully.
anyone who doesn't intimately know him, I think, would probably be
So anyone but L.
yeah,
Who
okay.
is L?
Perhaps.
No, the murderer will immediately know you're not him. Actually,
And
Sure.
they'll run.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, there will be hopefully visible reaction to seeing a dead man walking.
Yeah.
That's my
Alright.
evil plan, except it's not evil. Anyway,
And now we
okay.
go back to the end,
There I
find
am.
Aiden, do the thing. We have a plan. Let's go.
Okay, hold on. As we're walking back to the inn, this is the last thing we'll do. Alwyn, make me probably an acrobatics check for that.
Okay. That is. Where is my bonus? 15.
15. Varas, you get beamed in the back of the head with a silver whistle.
What the fuck?
All right, I'm pretty confident now. Sorry, my bad on that one.
Alwyn, stop throwing things at your friends.
I had to be sure.
You were already sure.
No,
You've seen me carry around silver pieces.
well, yeah, but those are small, and also not like attacking you.
You know, sure.
No more. In the
I
words,
just, I
in the
had to
words of
check.
Kruu, no fighting.
No
Okay,
fighting.
but consider what were
No
the it just
fighting.
is a lot of
No.
coincidences. Okay,
We don't
Would you like me
trust
to
Like I
our
said,
transform
friends.
into a creature like that? Would you
like
like
I
me
said,
to try?
I
Because I
believe
guarantee I
them.
can't.
I believe them now. Okay, I just the shadow magic threw me
Apologize,
off.
Alwyn.
Okay, I'm sorry, Varas.
That's fine.
All right.
My
Alwyn, you
whistle
can pick
will.
back up your silver
Yeah.
whistle. Yeah. And you guys all head back to the inn, and we will stop there. But because I didn't say it last time, because I should have had you do this last time. Yep, all
Oh
of
my
you guys
god,
should level up between sessions. Yep.
Now
Hooray.
to double check what I get at 5th level. Oh,
Yeah.
I get uncanny dodge.
And for chat, we're addressing chat now. Shocking. The next time we'll be playing is kind of a weird day. We'll be playing Monday the 5th.
And then we're gonna have
so-
some weird weeks off because I am in a different state.
Yeah,
And while
people are doing
Bristol's
a
away, I'm
little
gonna
bit
be
of
running
traveling.
something.
Yeah,
We'll
I think
figure it out.
Gary might be running a 2-shot. We'll see. But
We'll
just so
see.
you know.
We'll
We
figure
already.
it out.
Oh wait, we didn't do a card draw.
We
this-
didn't-
because we tried to in the beginning. It's a new day.
The day
we
hasn't
can do
ended
it.
yet. The day
Yeah.
hasn't ended yet.
We'll do it
with
at the
Tim
start
here
next
next
Yeah,
session.
we'll
Tim
do it
wasn't,
that
like,
way. Tim
around
is
for it,
here.
So. Mhm.
It's probably a good thing that you're doing it in a street anyway, instead of like in the inn. So
Besides,
Yeah, or in. I was thinking of doing it like in the house of the the crime scene.
the murder
Christ.
victim's house. Oh no.
The only stream.
Oh, by the
without
way,
cards.
does anyone want to draw a card?
It's nicer for us to
Not
all do it together
yet.
anyway, because then
Yeah.
we stay in sync and we'll actually finish like on a clean
Yeah.
multiple of 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did try to draw them earlier though.
we did. I got told we were still on the same day, which I just totally forgot about.
I did too.
I mean, we were.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I didn't make the guard wave back completely. Was because my hat was still on cooldown.
Well,
Because I made bid no wave.
But yeah,
yeah.
enjoyed
Yay.
murder investigation, the plot arc.
Yes.
I
It's
feel pretty
elementary,
good
my
about
dear
things.
Varas.
Hey, I already said the elementary thing.
I've solved the puzzle.
Okay. Well, everyone
Uh-huh.
say goodbye to chat.
Bye,
Bye.
chat.